Now scream queen with a million smiles. Catching all the love from around the world. Whoa. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light? Shine your light. In the darkest times, you make it bright, bright. Livestream dreams, we're all by your side, by your side. Keep on doing what you do, girl. You're one of a kind, one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're our live stream star. Keep rocking your show, no matter where you are.
Hey, 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 Shelly from the block. Jersey girl with a mouth that won't stop, won't stop, no, no. Sassy, and I'm not afraid to show it. Gonna spill the tea, you better be ready for it. I speak my mind, no filter inside. Shelly's in the house, talking trash and truth, trash and truth. No sugar-coated grooves. Never leave and get out the way, out the way. Jersey girl with something to say. Shelly's in the house, time to break the rules. Break the rules. From halls to the city, I'm the queen of cool. You can handle the heat, then take the high. Shelly's in the house, drop the mic.
Hey, Shelly in the house tonight. Living it up, feeling so right. Yeah. New Jersey girl, she's got that style. Live stream queen with a million smiles. And she know the love from around the world. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light? It's time to make it right. Live stream queens with a wayside. You're one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're a live stream star. Keep rocking the show no matter where you are. Yeah.
Hello, lovely people. Happy Tuesday. It is April 1st, April Fool's Day, 2025. It is 12:03 p.m. and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania. I'm Shelly, your mouthy mama at Talking Trash and Truths, and this is Coffee and Chaos with T3. That's me. Today's topic is life is messy, managing and overcoming chaos caused by other people, and how to protect your sanity. Nothing technical, basically just us, just talking. Hope everybody's doing good out there. I see we have Wolfram dropping links like it's hot. If I can find it, give you a second. I'm a little slow going today. It's a Tuesday and it's really cold here. He wipes his paws, lopes in, and he... That's how you know you got the alpha mod in the house. And we got Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Good M to you. Hope everything's going good for my favorite Canuck. And we got Heidi also dropping links and telling you guys to switch to live chat because for some reason YouTube is being really lately. I don't get what's going on. Oh my God, cat, really? Today is cat day. They will not leave me alone. I got the one walking across my desk, the other one coming in just to check on me. And 357, how you doing? Hold my hand, please, and thank you. Aw, you're so cute. You're so cute. I don't trust what was in your hands. Go wash your hands. No hand holding from anybody with him unless he washes his hands. Oh my goodness. You got T-Rex. Good afternoon, friends. Hi, T-Rex. I know I haven't gotten back to you. I apologize. It is what it is. We'll get into that later, but it's just been one hell of a week. Let's see. Everybody's just saying hi. There we go. We got Shani Graham saying good ZM. Good morning to you, T3. There you go. How you doing, Shenny? I'll get into what Shenny did to me yesterday. It was really sweet. And got Snipper Rooney coming in saying hi to everybody. Cool Gamer. Hi, honey. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I don't even know what day it is. Shenny's exhausted. Snipperoonie says, good to hear your voice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Everybody plays the fool. Oh, I love that song. Everybody plays the fool. Yeah, everybody plays second fiddle to a cat. T-Rex said other people suck. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Not everybody, but there's a lot. T-Rex said, Shelly, I guess you had a weird weekend. How are you holding up? I had a horrible week. The whole week from last Tuesday just was just horrible. I had bright spots, but mostly those involved you guys and winning, and that was it. And my son. Oh, these freaking cats. Shenny said, we will figure out the problems with that Discord. I don't even care about Discord right now. Like, that's the least of my problems. It's a headache, but it seems fine. It seems fine now, but I just want to give it till after April Fool's because things happen. Heidi, your cats, my dogs, T3 just won't quit. Nope. No, they're relentless. Shani said, Bahaha, I fucked with her emotions and she liked it. Yeah, I did. Hey, Gutter, what's up? I don't know if you guys can see the background. I'm going to try to make this thing. Look, I have a cat birthday party because yesterday was my birthday. It was my birthday. This is not an April Fool's joke. Yesterday was my birthday. I turned 51 yesterday. Um, yeah, that was winning was like you need a birthday background. I was like, okay, fine. Wanted to say, well, my birthday passed. He was just like, put a cake in the background. I was like, yeah. So there's two cakes. You can't really see them when I'm in the middle. There, I'll leave myself off to the side for a little bit. Um, Gutter said, look at all them pussies. Yes, cats are wonderful. Because that would be a whole different kind of background, and that would be bad. These are much preferred. Some of these cats, though, like I asked Grok to do it. One of them looks like it has a rabbit head. The one in the back, I guess it's like the one furthest in the back, has a little teeny tiny head. Looks like a rabbit, and the gray one next to it looks like it got punched in the eye, and it's like missing a freaking ear. I'm like, Grok, what are you doing to me? And then it wouldn't generate anything else. I was like, oh, well, so I'm glad it gave me something I could work with. T-Rex, wait, it was? Fucking hell, I'm such a bad friend. How the hell am I? Is that not in my calendar? I'm so sorry, honey. Happy belated birthday. No worries. No worries at all. Gutter, happy birthday, beautiful. I hope your day was amazing. And it was. It was. It was. Uh, Wait, black couches? Oh, from the black couch, you snuck in. Good M, baby. Good M. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. Yes, yesterday was my birthday. I turned 51. Now I'm officially more than a half a century old. God damn it. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm Gen X. I don't care. That's all that matters to me. I'm from the coolest generation there is. Most resilient, the most resourceful, and the most reboundy. I bounce. I always used to say that. They'd be like, oh my God, what are you getting? I'll bounce back. You sure? I'm very bouncy. Very bouncy girl. So yes, I bounce back from anything. So to get into it, yes, yesterday we'll start with the happy stuff. All right. So yesterday was my birthday, and I don't normally expect a good day on my birthday because as history dictates, it usually is like a really sucky day. Bounce like a bumble. Yeah, bumbles bounce. That's right, Sniffer. Booby bounce and booby hugs. Well, if you get a bounce and booby hug, then you're really like, that's a lucky day for you. Lucky, lucky people. Um, so everything went really, really well yesterday. I had a huge outpouring of love from friends and all my online friends and my, 3D friends. And I talk to you guys more than I talk to my 3D friends. Um, and they kind of wanted to remind me that, hey, you're not really talking to us. You talk about us, but you don't really talk to us. And we love you. And, like your friendship means a lot. And I'm like, I know, I'm a horrible friend. But I've isolated so much. Good day to you, couch. Good day to you. Um, I've isolated so much over the last couple years that I barely talk to them. And like I'll sit here and I'll look at the phone sometimes and be like, I can't pick up because I don't have anything good to tell them. I just don't. Like we'll get into it, but living here has been rough. Um, Sometimes I think I would have been better off in my black mold apartment, and I just would have just withered away there, and that would have been it. But yesterday, uh, I got a lot of DMs, I got emails, I got text messages, I got phone calls. My kids, they went out Saturday with my mother and her husband to the dollar store, and they bought me my gifts at the dollar store, which I'm not a materialistic person, so dollar store gifts are just fine with me. But everybody friggin' picked out candy. Like, it was just endless candy. I was like, "Oh my god, y'all are trying to make me a diabetic." Like, there was Butterfingers, and my mother somehow managed to find the last known box of peanut brittle on the planet in the dollar store. And my kids, it's funny. When people know what you like, they tend to stick to it. And my kids, they all shopped independently, all four people. And everybody wound up with chocolate and cookies. And I was like, this is what y'all think of me? Like, really? Like, this is it? But both my kids, instead of getting like chocolate chip cookies or whatever, they got these mini cans of the Danish cookies, the Danish butter cookies, because I do have some weird affinity for them. Plus, you get to use the tins afterwards to store stuff. And then you mess with people. Like, you put it in the kitchen, but you fill it with like spools of thread and needles, or you have like another one with like binder clips for like the bags that you open and you can't close. I don't use chip. Everybody's like, "Oh, I bought these clips for chip bags," and I'm like, "Just buy a binder clip. It's so much. It lasts longer, and it's just so much cheaper. Like you can buy the mini ones. You get any size you want." And so I like doing that. I fill them with all sorts of stuff, then put them in the kitchen. Then somebody will go be like, "Oh, cookies!" They open, they're all disappointed. I love it. It's an old lady trick that I do. And I've done it since I was maybe like in my 20s. So it's not really old lady-ish, but I got it from the old ladies. They all put their sewing stuff in there. Vice, baby. How you doing, Vicey? What's going on? I hope all is well with you. Glad to see you. Um, so I got quite a few cards yesterday, like e-cards, like little gifts and stuff like that. Um, Winning some made me a beautiful little thing that I fell in love with it. It's two black cats and it says happy birthday Shelly on the bottom, but it's two black cats. One is their black cat and the other one is my black cat that passed away. And he has them eating a big dish of manigot or manicotti for you American people. But it was so cute. One of them has their little tongue sticking out. Oh, it was so cute. And of course, I got my happy birthdays from Winning. He gave me a wonderful gift. I'm not going to share that with anybody, but it meant the world to me. He made me cry. Um, and I got Heidi sang to me. She might not want you to know that, but I don't care. She sang to me, which I loved. And Shenny had Suno write a song. I'm guessing she put in the information she wanted in the song and it wrote the song. A happy birthday song. It was a new take on the happy birthday song. And it was so sweet. And it was so kind. And the things that she said and like the things that the song said, I cried like a little bitch. Like I was just a big ball of mush. So it was like, aw. So that felt good. That made my day. And, my kids, they were good to me. And um, my mother's husband slaughtered a chicken. So we had fresh grilled chicken on the barbecue. That was nice. It was extra crispy, the way I like it, extra seasoned. Um, and then they brought in a cake. They had it in the truck. So we had cake and everybody sang off key, the way I like it. Because the traditional birthday song is just boring. And everybody gets real nervous that they're like, oh, I'm not going to sing it right. So I insist when somebody has a birthday, and this is a house rule for me, when you sing happy birthday, you have to sing it off key. You have to make it as weird as you possibly can. And this way everybody gets it. And it's fun. This way they play with it. And nobody's like, oh my God, I sound weird. Everybody sounds weird. That's the whole point. Because I embrace the weirdness. Embrace the weirdness. Weirdness is good. Weirdness gives spice to life. Just tone it down a little bit. Like there's a threshold. Don't go over the weirdness line because then you're just wrong. Um, what Snipperoni said, those butter cookies are so good. Yep. Guy who said Shelly got a blowjob. Let me tell you something. They set those candles on fire and they were like, come on, because nobody in this house could blow out candles. I don't know why. I was on the other side of the table. Bitch, I'm asthmatic. And I was like, I got this. And then they finished singing, and I blew all the candles out one breath. And they were like, holy shit. I was like, yeah. I was like, just flick the switch, and I go from, blow to suck. I'm the opposite of the whatchamacallit, the maid from Spaceballs. Yeah. My first instinct isn't to blow, it's to suck. But that's me. See, you just had to take me and make me degenerate first thing, Gutter. I didn't last 20 minutes. Thanks. But I love you for it. But yeah, no, Shenny's song fucking made me cry. I was, oh dear God. And I played it for my mother. And she was like, that's about you. Really, woman? Like, you really want to go there? But I was like, yes, that's about me. Other people actually think I'm like awesome. They like me. Like God help me. I don't know where that came from, but whatever. Y'all ever hear that sad kitty song? No. No. We do listen to what is it called? Katniss? That dude that turns songs that turns cat meows into songs. I love those. Shani said, you weren't supposed to cry really, but get mushy. You were. I cried. I cried. Like I could not stop the tears because it was just so sweet. And compliments have been very thin on the ground around here. So I had a great birthday. Winning's show was awesome last night. I had a really good time with that. And then we watched Raw. And then we watched our program. And then finally at 4:00 this morning, I was like, I gotta go to sleep. He was like, yes, you do. He's like, go to sleep. And I slept deep. I woke up at 10:00 though. So I slept about 5.5 hours. Because by the time you go to the bathroom, you put everything away, you make sure the cats are where they're supposed to be. Half hour goes by and I'm like, ugh. But I remember getting in the bed. I don't remember nothing after that. I don't remember getting comfortable. I don't remember putting the blankets on, nothing. But I just remember like sitting on the bed and then I was out. There is something that I wanted to mention about Discord. Shenny mentioned Discord. And I had issues on Saturday on Discord. I had been over like visiting different people's chats and whatever. And then I got a message in Discord. So I go over there and there's a DM from this user, Copycat. And I didn't click on it. I didn't open it. But the minute I opened Discord, I didn't open the DM. The minute I opened Discord, all of a sudden, like, this link went out to like every single server I was a part of. And it double posted in every single room in every server I was in. I was in like 27 servers because I always feel bad. Even if I don't like talk to, I still had Gary Lamb's server on there. And it was just like, because I never leave. I never leave people's servers. I did that once when I was shutting down my channel 2 years ago. And then I never went back to most of them. And then like they would send me the invites and then I felt bad. So I'd go back in and whatever. I'm not really a big Discord person. I'm not really social. Y'all know I'm very antisocial. Like this is the most interaction I get with people. But I had to go and manually delete every single link that got posted and I felt horrible. It wasn't my fault. I didn't click on anything. I didn't open anything. But I was like, how the hell do I get ahead of this? So then Winning calls me and he was like, oh my God, it's everywhere. I was like, "Yeah." He was like, I got your server. I got my server because he's admin, on both because one is his. And of course, he's got equal rights on mine. So he went through and cleaned those out. But I literally had to go to, and as I cleaned each server, like I went room to room to room to room to room, and some of them I missed. I don't know how. I guess just because of the sheer volume, I missed like 5 or 6 of them. But as I did that, I would leave the server. So I left pretty much everybody's server except for like 5 people, 3 that I knew I had totally cleaned up and I knew they'd be okay with whatever. And then there was, like Winning, T-Rex, and Outpost. Because T-Rex and Outpost, they have very limited like rooms. So it wouldn't have been overwhelming if it happened again. But I was so worried that it was gonna happen again. And I went and I changed my password, I changed everything. I had to check what account is related to that one because people were DMing me saying this happened to somebody else and they hacked their Discord, their Gmail, and therefore their YouTube. So I got nervous. And I went and I was like, "Oh good, this isn't connected to any Gmail account." So that at least it's quarantined. Like I had it contained like right there. But what a pain in the ass. So I put out a message and if anybody else can spread the message in case there's any links that I missed before I left everybody's servers. Um, if you see it, please tell your server host and please tell them to just delete them and to boot me out of their server. I should already be booted, but to make sure I'm not in their server. And if anything, I want to give it a couple days to settle down and make sure it doesn't happen again. But yeah, somebody totally hacked my account. I'm sure there are some people who have malicious little brains who, have a bad opinion of me who think that I did that on purpose. I would never do that. I would never. And it's stupid to think that I would do that because who had to go and remove them all? Me. I had to go remove them all. So why would I create like a headache for myself? It took me almost 3 hours to get rid of everything. And I was so embarrassed by it because I was like, oh my God, like I can't believe how am I gonna like fix this real because I wanted to like fix it quick and it wasn't a quick fix. I literally had to do one by one. But I felt terrible and I didn't even do anything. See that's a person with a lot of trauma who always takes the blame for everything, even when they didn't do it. So I felt bad, but whatever. Like now I'm afraid to post anything on freaking Discord, even that I mean to because I didn't do the original. But now I'm like paranoid about it. Shani said the phrase make a joyful noise is because there are voices like mine. I can totally sing off key. There you go. I like off key singing when you do it on purpose. See, there's those people who think they can sing and they couldn't hold a tune in a bucket. I don't think I can sing. I just enjoy singing. And if nobody likes the way I sing, they can fuck off. Like, that's, I don't care. I told you, somebody said once, oh, I hate the way you sing. And I refuse to sing in front of that person ever again. And now I look back and I'm like, I should have sang double because fuck them. Like, who are you to comment on me? I don't like the way you breathe. Why don't you stop? Like, Gutter said she's asthmatic, but she could blow, baby. Yeah, hell yeah. Listen, it's the same thing with whistling. I can't whistle out, but I can whistle in. Like whistling out, nothing, nothing. Just, but whistle in, like much better when I suck the air in. I can whistle in, but not out. It's weird. I know. Shop vac. Yeah, well, I mean, if you have a good shop vac, you never get rid of it and it lasts throughout generations. The old cookie tins, yep. Needles, etc. here too. There you go, Heidi. There you go. The kiffness. Ah, thank you, Wolfram. Yes, the kiffness. We do appreciate him. I do love promoting him. I love those videos. Winnie used to show those all the time on Saturday nights. Ah, I'm trying to get comfortable. It's been like what, a week since I streamed, and I feel like I've been away forever. Um, Shenny said, "Now I'm happy the damn computer kept taking out my words. Gonna say, you're my baby girl. You just used her slide." My computer took out like 6 points, and I had to start over. Oh no. Yeah, last night, every time I was getting so mad because I would type up like I was really into what Winning was showing, and I'm like, I was being vocal in chat. And I made like this huge, I filled up, like, took all the characters, and my computer went boop. And I was like, no. And then I did it again, and YouTube went boop. And I was like, see, son of a bitch. I did the third time, it went through, and then I went to type something else, and it boop. I was like, you know what? Fuck YouTube. I was like, I'm done. I went over to Rumble, and Rumble started acting up. And I was like, see, no, y'all are just messing with me. Like, just stop it. But yeah, yesterday was a day with the computer. Um, Shenny said my body makes my laptop delete stuff when I hit the space bar. You put your boobs on the keyboard, because that's my daughter sends a lot of messages through her laptop to me when she's like doing something. All of a sudden I'll get like an email, and I'm like, why do I have an email saying XYZ whatever? Da, 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 da. There's nothing but characters. And she's like, oh, I was leaning forward. I guess I must have sent it. Good thing you only sent it to me. But yeah, my daughter likes to take her boobs. Like, we'll be sitting at the table, and all of a sudden she just picks them up and plops them on the table, like it with the shirt on and everything, obviously. And I'm like, really? Like, you need a shelf for your boobs? Like, 'cause she's, top heavy. And I'm like, can you just sit up straight? She's like, what? I'm comfortable. I'm like, do you ever see me just throw my boobs up on the table? Like, that's just not good etiquette. Sit up. And she gets mad at me, but she'll be all right. Lessons in life, lessons in life. She just don't care. She's like, I don't care. I want to be comfortable. She said, oh, Heidi, you'll be right back. Alrighty, we'll be here. She said, my body makes my laptop look. Oh, I read that. I left. Oh, she said, she left my server. I so thought I deleted her, but she left willingly. Yes, I left most servers of my own volition. I will go back if, like, I'm sent an invite or whatever. But I didn't want to bring that kind of like pain in the ass stuff to anybody else's server in case I got hacked again. But Winning assures me that's not going to happen again. I changed my password to something. I had to write it down because it's so off the wall from what I normally have. But yeah, Vicey said my brain is malicious. You are not malicious. Stop it. Heidi, same with whistle. Oh, you can whistle in but not out. I could, and yet I'm not going to do it now. But I could do the 2-finger whistle where you put 2 fingers in your mouth and kind of like do that shrill thing. I can't do the one with like the 4-finger and the middle finger, but I can do the pointer finger and the thumb. And if I do that, I go, But I always used to do this screech because I couldn't whistle. When I had braces, I really couldn't whistle. And I used to do this screech that I heard on Nickelodeon. Dave Coulier used to do it. He used to do this ow, ow, ow kind of noise. But it was a machine thing that did the noise. But I could do it if I did it really loud and it was really high pitched. So I could do it from like 4 or 5 blocks away from my house. And my mother could hear me on the 9th floor, no matter what she was doing. And she would come out the window, wait for me to walk to the back of the building and throw the keys down so that I can come in through the back of the building. Because I never used to leave with keys. Like when I was like 14, 15, I didn't have my own keys. I didn't have my own keys till I was 16. And so she would throw the keys out the window to me and I would go in the house. But over the years, like when I used to go down the projects to pick up my friend Vicky or whatever, I didn't always want to go by the house and yell, Vicky, because all those doors, they're locked. You ain't getting in those, and none of the bells work. So you always had to yell to somebody's window. And I would just from like a block away, I would do my little ow, and she would come out the window and she'd throw me the keys, and or she'd send her brother down to let me in. But it got within like a year, if you heard that sound, you knew it was me. And so everybody, you know, my boyfriend at the time and like, Vicky and like her whole family, everybody that lived down the projects that knew me knew that was my calling card. Like if you hear that, oh, Shelly's downstairs. And I did that for years. And then I didn't do it for like, I don't know, maybe like 20 years. And I'm walking with Connor. I mean, this is how long. Like I did it as a teenager. And then like in my late 30s, I was walking with Connor to my mother's house. And he was little, he was like 5 or 6. And he was like, "Oh, we gotta go all the way around." It was about to start raining. I was like, "Nah, I got this." I was like, "I wonder if she'll still hear it." And I did the screech. Don't you know, like 12 windows open, every popped out, "Shelly, hi. Oh my God, I knew that was you." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "God damn it." And then I get a DM, like I got a text message from an ex of mine. He was like, "You're in my neighborhood." I was like, "How the hell did you?" He said, "I heard your big mouth." That's how tiny Hoboken is. I went up to my mother's house. I said, "Remind me to never do the screech again." She said, "Oh, they still know it's you." I was like, "Yep." 20 years later, they still know it's me. I was like, and she was like, "That shit is loud." But it is. And it pierces through anything. But she was like, the dog got all excited and was like, "Oh, Shelly's here." But it was funny. Because we'll do that when we're out, like if we go camping or go fishing and like the kids get separated and I want them to come back. Me and my brothers and sisters, we used to do that at the beach all the time. I would do that and I just ow, and they would wherever they were, everybody would just come through. Even when we were in Walmart, I would do it low, but that sound travels and it's very distinctive. And not a lot of people can do it because I do it really high pitched. Like it sounds low here because I don't want to blow out your eardrums. But if I open up my mouth and like let my lungs take over, forget it. Let that shit will travel. That's why I never worry about getting like lost somewhere because all I have to do is do that screech and you'll find me. Like I hear it's way louder than my voice could ever be. But she had a fun day. She was like, "Yep." She said, "Did you see everybody popped out?" Like my ex-boyfriend Billy, who lived across from my mother in the next building. The whole next building, like he was a half a block over. Immediately he popped his head out of the way. I was like, "Ah shit." I was like, "Damn it." And Mama was like, "Well, everybody knows you're here." Yeah, well. It's like, it works like that sometimes. But yeah, everybody, it's so funny how they recognize that. I don't know why I got into that, but the blowing in and blowing out, whatever. That I wondered. Uh do. Wait. I lost my okay. Shani said, "Yeah, we need a shelf." No, it's my magnetism makes things work wrong. Oh, all right. You're electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. You knew I was gonna go there. Okay, I'll send you the invite. That would help, huh? Duh. Yes. Invites to servers would help. Yes, it would. But no pressure. Like I said, take a couple days because I don't want anybody being put out by any shenanigans that fucking stupid people are doing. Um, Shani said, "Look, we are all thinking the same thing with the blowing in but out. Maybe by saying phrasing, she'll know where she's taking our thoughts." I mean, I knew when I said it. You forget, I turn like everything dirty. You can say pretty much anything, and I will find a way to make it vulgar. I try not to, but my brain supplies so many comments all at once. Sometimes I don't say things. They're like, "Oh, I thought you were going to say," no, there's too many comments going in my head. I can't pick one. Like, I just, I can't pick one. Vicey said, "I can whistle inward and outward." Ooh, so you're a bi whistler. That's awesome. Nice. Very nice. Uh, Heidi got booted. Yeah, I know. Ooh, puff time, smoke 'em. Nice, 357. All right. Shane said we used to do that screech as kids. My BFF's um, grandson or godson, G son, was doing it last week, and it reminded me. Now you, maybe there's a reason that this popped back up. Over 40 years, no need. Now twice. Yep, things happen like that. What the hell I was talking about something the other day. Oh, I mentioned the movie Jaws to Winning because I was like, we were talking about has somebody ever seen like whatever, and then like 2 hours later, I'm walking through the kitchen, and my mother's husband goes, "I think we're gonna need a bigger boat," and I like looked at her, and he goes, "What?" I said, "Jaws line." I know. I said, but I don't hear it often. I said, and I literally just mentioned Jaws like 2 hours ago. It's weird. Third time's a charm. Everything in threes. There you go. Cool gamer. Hey, honey, you back with your other account? You're so funny. Shenny pulled a good one out the other night. I'll be careful. Ooh, Snipperoni, be careful with Shenny. She's magnetic, like I said. Be careful. You be nice. Um, I got a lot of good news yesterday. Like a lot of people reaching out and just being awesome, and it made me really happy. So I want you all to know you made me really happy. As for last week, um, it was bad. It was real bad. Um, my mother's husband was in a mood because she went to the doctor and found out she has a heart murmur. I talked about that on Tuesday. And apparently he was in another place mentally because of it. And he was just in an argumentative mood, I guess. And I got offline with you guys. I was in such a good mood on Tuesday. It was an amazing day. My whole day was good. I felt good. And I walk out into the living room and he's mad and he's, and he's like griping about stuff and slamming stuff down. And my mother's all like upset. And it came down to, I guess my son wasn't sweeping, and even though he didn't tell him to, and my son didn't do the garbage, like well, that was that night. But like it started with the tension started to go up and he was starting to complain. And then Wednesday, like it was just ridiculous. And then everybody went to bed and it was okay, fine. They got back up when I was in the middle of watching Winning's show, and then my mother calls me out there and I start getting yelled at. And I'm like, what the hell? And so they really just, it was just mean. And I don't want to get into details. Um, but there was like a lot of threats and, like he threatened to take my son to his father and take him away from me. And like, you can't do that to me. You can't expect that kind of thing to go down and me to be okay with it. So that whole night was just, it was so tense and so bad. And Winning ended his show early, and he was waiting for me because I came back in and I called him back, and I couldn't even speak. I was so upset. And then we had settled everything. I was up like most of that night, settled everything. I went to bed. I woke up the next morning and they started all over. And it was worse. And it was, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Like the threats were ridiculous. And then trying to like get my son, like I had worked things out with him and I felt good about it because I was like, all right, he's on board. He's going to, pitch in more. He's going to do more chores. I'm trying to like appease everybody, right? And that wasn't good enough because somebody was still in a mood. And so the threats just back and forth. And he's got to go. And blah, blah, blah. Like he just turned 18. Are you fucking kidding me? So you can't threaten my kids. you can't threaten to separate me from my kids because I will lose my fucking mind. And I did. I lost my mind. Uh, and I was like really, really upset like the whole night and the whole next day. And me and my mother are going back and forth, and the insults that are being hurled at me, and fucking calling me an invalid, and like, and it was just like it was so mean. It was so mean. And I don't like conflict. I don't. And just the hurtful, hurtful things that they said. And nobody would listen to me. And it was like, and my son was like, we gotta get out of here. He was like, let's just leave. I was like, I don't have the funds to leave. Because you know what it's like to be trapped somewhere where the people hate you and they treat you like shit. And you have no money to go anywhere. You have no transportation. You don't have a place to live. You don't have another relative you can fucking go to. Like nothing. And then all I could think was, could I get my son out of here to protect him from this kind of bullshit? And I couldn't, and I had nowhere to send him. And he was on board. And then I had the whole discussion with him. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Da, da, da. It wasn't good enough. So they kept like coming at me, coming at me, coming at me. And it was so bad. It was so bad. And then, like, my mother finally she cracked, and she was like, she told her husband, she was like, he thinks you hate him. She thinks you hate her. And he was like, I don't hate them. Like, they're my favorite people. We're your favorite people. Like, oh my God. He said, everybody fights. No, no, that's not normal. That's not normal. Don't gaslight me and try to tell me that's normal. My heart, I could barely fucking breathe. My heart was hammered out of my chest. My blood pressure was so high. I was seeing spots everywhere. And nobody would back down. My son was like, he was ready to go to war because he was like, I'm fucking done. They're upsetting you. You cannot attack me, because when you attack me, he goes into super protective mode, and he's built like a brick shit house. Like, all I kept saying was, don't touch anybody. Just keep your hands, like, sit on your hands. Don't never raise your hands. Don't do it, because you'll fucking flatten somebody. Like, don't do it. You'll wind up in jail, and then what the fuck do we do? And he was like, I don't care. I don't like anybody in your face. I don't like anybody yelling at you. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Andrea. I'm not reading chat this second, but hi, honey. How are you? I hope you're well. Uh, and like this went on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I was so upset on Thursday that when I woke up, I couldn't do a show. I couldn't. I literally could barely speak. And it was a whole big thing. And then it finally settled down like for like an hour. And I was out there, in the living room trying to get through this with my mother, trying to discuss a plan, whatever. And my son was in the kitchen. And he had walked into the den, which was like 2 rooms away, as I was walking into the kitchen. And I'm listening to my mother yell at me or whatever. And I went to go throw something out. I threw it out and I turned around, and that's all I remember. Um, I remember when I opened my eyes again, I was sitting in a chair in the middle of the kitchen, and my son had both my hands, and he's going, Ma, look at me. Look at me, Ma. Ma, look at me. Look at me, Ma. Ma, look at me. And he was real calm, but I kept hearing him say, just stay over there. Stay away. Get out. Get out of the kitchen. Everybody get out of the kitchen. And apparently I passed out. When I turned around, I guess my pressure was too high and it was too much tension. And he said he turned around like he was walking back to the kitchen, and he saw me put my hands out to grab onto the counter, and I missed. He said, I looked at your face and your eyes just rolled back. And I don't know how he got to me, but he caught me before I fell. I don't remember. I got to tell you, like he told me. He said I started, like, my legs just went out from under me. I went straight down. And he caught me. I have the bruised ribs to prove it. But he caught me and he held me up. He said he looked around, he got like the stool that's there, but he propped me up on the counter because he couldn't get me to like come to. And he shoved the stool under me and kind of like propped me up so he could run back into the dining room and get like the chair with the arms because I kept leaning over. He said you were just dead weight. He said there was nothing. There was nothing to you. He said you just went right down. Uh and he put me in the chair with the arms and he got me to like come around and everything, but I was very confused. And I remember seeing, like, I heard a small pop when I went to turn away from the garbage can, and then everything flashed bright white, and then I was in the chair. So I was like, well, how long was I out? Like, I mean, I fainted before for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. That's about like 10 seconds is pretty much like the longest I've ever passed out, ever. And I said, how long, was I out? Eventually, I asked him this because for about 2 hours, I couldn't talk. I couldn't feel my legs. They were completely numb. Uh, I felt like I was having a heart attack because the pain in my arms and my chest was ridiculous. I was very confused. And I kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Did I hurt you? Did it hurt when you caught me? Like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what's happening. And I was so confused. I was like, I was just in the recliner. I didn't remember going to throw out the garbage yet. That was gone. And he was really sweet. He was like kneeling down in front of me, holding my hands. He's like, hey, look at me. You remember being in the recliner. Just calm down. He was like, you're having a panic attack. He was like, calm down. Think where you were. He was like, then tell me. So I'm not going to tell you what you did. You got to tell me what you did. He was like, you'll remember. You just got to calm down. And my daughter was so upset that she left. She went out on the porch because she couldn't stand seeing me that way. And I asked him, I said, later, I said, what exactly happened? He said, your eyes rolled back and you went down and I caught you. He said, I don't know how I got there that fast. He said, but I caught you. He said, and I'm sorry. He said, I grabbed you like right around your rib cage. He said, and I held you up like that. He said, but he said, I thought you died. He said, because you were slumped forward. He said, you were just hanging over my arm. And I couldn't get you to stand up. I couldn't get, like, he used his legs to get my legs back under me so that my feet were under me so I could stand up, but I was unconscious, so I couldn't. And he said, I really thought you were dead. He said, and if you were dead, he said, this house would have been very different. He said something else that he would have done, and I'm not going to say that, but he was going to get like revenge for, somebody taking his mother out. And he said it was scary. He said because your head went forward. He said he said the way you were falling, he said you would have busted your head open on the floor. He said there's no way. He was like, there's no way. He was like, you literally just right forward. He said he said I was holding you up. He's like, but you were just like a rag doll. He goes, you were just like slumped over my arm. He said I couldn't get you to answer me. I couldn't get you to move. He said your arms were just hanging and swinging. He was like, your legs were like jelly. He said I couldn't get you up. He was so upset. He said, I got you propped up. He's like, and then I ran and got that chair because you kept like, you were going to wind up on the floor. He said, and I just had to wait. He said, I told grandma, shut the fuck up because she wouldn't shut up. She wouldn't stay out of the kitchen. He was like, and I told her, you're just making shit worse. Just let me handle this. And he did. But I was out for about 5 minutes, he said. And he said those were the longest 5 minutes of his life, like ever. He was like, you can never do that again. He was like, I will try to always be there to catch you, but please don't ever do that again. He was like, don't ever let them upset you so much that you lose it. He was like, you just passed out. I said, I lost consciousness. I get it. And he was like, don't ever do that again. So because of that, everything de-escalated, because finally it hit them that what they were doing could kill me. Literally could kill me. And up until then, they were like, well, this is just how I don't live like this. I don't live a conflicted life. I don't live a loud life. I need peace. I seek peace. And they don't seem to understand that. And like to them, everything is all hunky dory now. Everybody's getting along. I'm so tense that I can barely breathe. Like everything. Like every moment I'm waiting for the next blow up. This is what hypervigilance, when I try to explain what hypervigilance is, this is the constant state of um, anxiety. It's a constant state of alertness, and it will wear you down. My chest is really, really tight right now because I'm terrified that they're listening from the other fucking room because I have no privacy. Like, I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. I have no privacy. I can't even have a thought. A thought will set other people off. They can have all the thoughts they want. I'm not allowed to have any. So, because of how bad it was, like, Woody had many reasons for taking like a week off, but he literally had handled me every day. He was calling earlier and earlier and earlier to check on me, make sure I'm okay. Like, okay, just stay on the phone with me. It's fine. Yeah, he's really good at bringing me back from that cliff's edge. But I'm gonna tell you, I was in a dark place last week, really, really dark, and I I I self harmed, and I shouldn't have, but I did. Uh, but I really y'all, I almost wasn't here anymore because it was that bad. It was that bad. But you know what? No matter how bad it gets, I gotta keep repeating, this too shall pass. Because it did. It passed. Will it flare up again? I don't know. I don't know that they'll do what they did as extreme the next time. Because if I'm gone, they're stuck with my two kids. And yeah, it's just I don't think they want that. But I wanted you guys to know that I did not skip out on you or not answer DMs or whatever for bullshit reasons. This stuff almost took me out because I'm so trapped. I'm so trapped. So there's a plan in the works. I have to save as much as I can, do as much as I can, and then when I have the means and I'm more mobile, get the fuck out. I can't live here. I can't. And like I told my mother that, I said, I plan to leave. I said, it's probably going to take me a year. I said, in that year, I am done taking your shit. I was like, you want to fight? We'll fucking fight because my mother's husband didn't expect me to go back at him. And I did. Yeah, I fucking let him have it go at the end because I was upset first and I was like nervous and then he started and I was done. I was That was it. That was bitch mode was like activated. And I just went and that was right before I had passed out when everything calmed down because he didn't expect me to come back at him, so he left to avoid it. Because let me tell you something, when you push that button, I'm a bitch. Like you want to fight? I don't like to fight. I don't like conflict. But if you want to fight and I don't have a choice, I'm gonna give you the fight of your life. Like I go right for the jugular. I don't care. I'm not here to like have a long fight. I'm here to win the fight and be done. And that's what they wound up with on Thursday morning. And then right after that, I passed out. So things have been quite calm the last couple days. But then, of course, that shit with Discord happened on Saturday. That fucked me up. Because I was just like, I think Woody was like, because like on top of me for that, because I don't think he thought I could take much more. That kind of shit I can handle, but it did like irritate me for hours. But I wanted to just update you guys and, because I knew that only really the people that care would be here. So now you know it was bad. It was really bad. Uh, but I have a plan. I do. I have a plan, and I am going to throw everything I have behind that plan and get the fuck out of here as soon as I can. Of course, my mother told her husband, well, Shelly said she's leaving. She's gonna find a place. He was like, nobody's going anywhere. Yeah, you can't tell me what to do. Like, no. I don't care if the next year is blissful. I can't stay here. I can't. Ah, I needed to get that out though. Thank you guys for listening. Okay, so just remember, no matter what you're going through, it will pass. It will. It will all pass and things will turn around. The pendulum swings both ways. It keeps swinging. It's perpetual. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Some of those downs are going to be really, really low. Really, really low. And if you give in to them, then other people win. And I'll be good goddamn. I do not lose in life. I always find a way. I have always overcome whatever obstacle anybody put in front of me. I have always outlived everybody who ever tried to fucking take advantage or abuse me in some way. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. I know that this is abusive. You don't have to hit somebody to abuse them. And with my background, I can't sustain like this. So I know I got to get out. It's just, I got to do it the right way. I'm not going to do things haphazard. I'm not having a knee jerk reaction. I am a planner. That's why things go my way because I look at them from every single angle and I will work out a plan until you have no argument against it. Like you could bring up well, this could happen. No, I got an answer for that. Like I'll have an answer for everything. So don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. You know, but it was bad. And the only reason I share that is because I want y'all to know no matter how bad it gets, it's going to get better. You got to hang in there. You got to speak your piece. You got to be smart. Don't go with all the emotions. Go with your brain. Sometimes the best thing you could do is shut your mouth and let somebody else just go off. And just let them bury themselves. That's it. You sit there and you go, I'm not giving you any ammunition that you could use against me. I'm not letting you, think that you live in my head. I'm not letting you see exactly how much you're killing me. because fuck you. At the end of the day, I will prevail. I'm a survivor. I will turn out victorious in this no matter what. By hook or by crook, I will make it. My son will make it. My daughter will be fine. And I will have the life that I wanted to have. Because I'll be good goddamned if somebody else is going to dictate my life to me. Nobody controls me. You may get the upper hand every once in a while, but I'm still in the game. I'm still in the fight. And no matter how much you think you win, eventually I will be the one that's victorious at the end. And you know what? Like we were watching wrestling last night, me winning and his son. And I'm watching and like there were these matches where one person totally dominated the entire time. Like we're talking good 20 minutes. They're just wailing on the other person and they're doing amazing and you're like, "Oh my god, this is a shoo-in." And then last minute that person they stopped getting like they stopped being the underdog and saw a small window of opportunity, flipped that shit around, pinned them, and won the match. And you're like, I never would have guessed that person would have won. They were getting their ass kicked the whole time. That's my life. You can watch me and think, oh, she's getting her ass kicked, she's getting whatever. In the end, I will take that small window of opportunity and I will win every time. There hasn't been a time where I've lost. I lose some battles, but I always win the war because I stay in it. I will not give up. I will not concede and I will not give an inch. I'll let you think you got that inch, but no. So just remember anybody out there who's in those dark places, it always gets better. You just got to be there for when it gets better. Never give up. Never turn your back on you. Always put you and the ones you love first. And remember that nobody is allowed to abuse you. Nobody has the right to make you feel like shit. And nobody has the right to dictate your life to you in any way, shape, or form, especially people who just, they're not happy with their life, so they have to make you miserable. Don't allow it to happen. That's in your control. There are many things you can't control. You can't control other people, but what you can control is your reaction and then your follow-up actions, and always see it through. There's a chance you'll lose a battle. There's a chance you'll win a battle. The only way you're guaranteed to lose every single battle is you're not here to fight them. Never give that power to anybody else. You have more personal power than you believe. You're a better person than you know, and you're stronger than you ever imagined. Believe in yourself, believe in what you can do, and just have patience. Because if you see it through, you'll be fine. Okay? I got all that out. Okay. I'll go back to chat. So, Shani said we used to do. Oh, she did that. I read that. Heidi at Snipperoni. Yes, be careful. Very careful. Yes, be very careful. Careful. Vicey said, Miss Shelley, fuck him. You don't deserve that. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. I don't, there's something mental about these people. I don't know. It's weird. It's like they don't need therapy. They need like Thorazine or something. I even told my mother, I was like, you two need to be on Xanax. I was like, fuck the weed and drinking shit. Like you need Xanax. Like you need something that's gonna level you the fuck out because everybody in this house needs to calm the fuck down. Like, and it's little shit all the time. It's never big fucking thing. It's nobody swept in like 2 days. So the fuck what? Oh my God. Like relax. And it's always somebody else's fault. They never see what they do wrong. They always say it's somebody else's fault, somebody else's fault. So, but let me tell you, people, my evil plan is coming together. We now have a total of 7 different cats that come and hang out all night long on the porch because I keep putting food out there. And now I have Connor doing it too. Big cats too. Not little ones. There's 3 little ones, but most of them are big. So this is going to be the cat house. I will have every cat in this fucking on this entire fucking mountain, including mountain lions, coyotes, whatever. I don't care. They're all fucking coming. So, you want to aggravate me? Okay, here we go. Andrew said, call in aged care and say they're showing severe signs of dementia. Let them get out of that. No, I'm not going to do that. I refuse to sink to anybody else's level. I really do. Like, no, because I'm going to walk away from this and they're not going to be able to say a word bad about me. I mean, I'm sure they'll try, but they'll have no proof. And I have all the evidence in the world. I have eyewitnesses. So, meh. Even my daughter was like, this is ridiculous. And Katie, like, pretty much goes with the flow. Heidi said, hell, for fuck's sake, no friggin' threatening kids. Oh, yeah, they threatened to send my son away. I was like, they want to send him to his father. I was like, you mean the father who spent 10 minutes of life with him? Are you kidding? Like, really? I didn't react that calmly, though. Like, when I tell you I lost it, I lost it. There was some volume in this house. Some volume. I gotta have a fucking cigarette. I'm aggravated. Like, I get so upset. They just, ugh. It is what it is, right? I keep saying that. It is what it is. I'm getting a million freaking texts. But I can't look at my phone right now because if I do, I'll be way too distracted. And I know a lot of you have similar backgrounds to me. And you've chosen to walk away. And I did tell my mother, I said, once I leave, I was like, and I will leave. I was like, yeah, and she knows it doesn't matter that her husband said I ain't going anywhere. My mother knows me. She knows I am just, she's living like on borrowed time with me in her life. I said, once I go, I will never speak to you again in my life. You can keep the fucking house. I don't give a shit. I said, you and him are dead to me. And she was like, don't say that. You don't mean it. And I said, look at my face. And she looked at me. I said, dead to me. I said, I won't go to, like, when you drop dead, I won't go to your funeral. I won't care. I don't even call me. I was like, because once I'm out of this house, I want nothing to do with nobody in this fucking family. I was sitting here thinking, like, oh my God, where can I, like, I just wanted to send my son somewhere so that he would be away from the bullshit. And I was like, oh my God, like, where am I going to send him? I can't send him to his father because, one, they don't really know each other enough, and that would never work out. The two tempers, they'd kill each other. I don't want him living in friggin' the slums of Philly either. Yeah, and the father's not going to take him anyway because he's got a girlfriend, and that would get in the way. And it's just like, he can't have Connor on because that's inconvenient. I was like, where would I send him? I can't send him to my uncle because he's an even bigger asshole than this one, if that's possible. And I said, well, there's my sisters. I can't send them to my sisters because they're pieces of shit. Can't send them, like, the only person I could think that would take him would be my brother Jose. And I really don't want my son growing up in the projects of Bayonne either. Like, I don't want my son to be a hood rat. I worked very, very hard for him to, to be eloquent, to be able to speak to anybody that he comes across, whether, it's low education, high education, and just be clear and be like I said, eloquent. He'll tell you he's been saying it since he's fucking 5 years old. I have a very extensive vocabulary. I mean, he has a better vocabulary than me some days. But I didn't want him to be in the streets. I worked very hard to keep him out of the streets. To keep him like with a clean record and violence is never the answer or whatever. Thank God he believes that violence is not the answer because otherwise that would have been it. And it came close a couple times. It did. Because I could see him like bulk up and like, he's almost like a cat. When he gets mad, he fluffs up. And like he's a big boy. Like we always joked when I had him, I said, thank God they made me have the C-section because I never would have passed those shoulders. I call them tabletop shoulders. They're huge. Like, you know how Ricada has no shoulders, he says. My son is wide and his shoulders, if you put your hand on top of his shoulder, you still don't, like, you can't grip his shoulder. Your hand is flat. Like, that's how big my son's shoulders are. And I mean, he's almost 6 feet tall now. So he's built like a brick shithouse. He's huge. I call him the bruiser. But he's scary when he gets mad. He's not scary to me because he would never hit me. But like you look at it and I worry when he leaves the house. Sometimes I'm like, please, dear God, don't let anybody start with him because if he punches them once, he's gonna fucking kill somebody. Like, and I was telling him, I said, I want you to start exercising with the Bowflex every day and do that. I was like, look at your father. I showed him a picture of his father in his fighting days. And I said, that's the body you have. I said, do you see what he turned his body into? I said, because when he was your age, he was doughy. He was all soft, but he was big and he was strong. And my son is strong. And I told him, I said, you could do that. You could whittle your body down to like 0 fat like your father did at that point. Because his father used to do like, the karate and he used to do like MMA fighting and all that kind of stuff. But he was jacked, man. Like he was cut. He had muscles everywhere. But it wasn't like the bulky, like weightlifter. He had them from working out, like from fighting and everything else. He had a fighter's body. And Connor could easily have that body. But I told him, I said, you got to be responsible with your strength. You have to know your strength. And like the day after he caught me, I was sitting with him. We were talking about stuff. And I bent over to get, because I dropped something off the fucking table. And I bent over. I was sitting down to get it. And I went, because I still had like that weird adrenaline high going. And he goes, oh my God. I said, oh my God, my ribs. I was like, I haven't felt like this in years. I was like, the last time I felt like this, I got kicked in the ribs. And he was like, who kicked you in the ribs? I was like, oh, my ex. I was like, but I said, he stomped on my ribs when I was on the ground. And I said, and that was the last time it felt like this. I said, but I don't get why it hurts so much. And he goes, oh, that's when he said, that was my fault. I was like, what? He said, when I grabbed you, he said, I literally like grabbed you he grabbed me with his forearms first because he went under my arms to like get me, but he clamped down on both sides of my body. So he squished my ribs. He said, and then when I had to like get you from the counter to the chair, he said, I just kind of like grabbed you by your ribs and like picked you up and put you in the chair. And I was like, that would be why. But they still hurt. Like I can bend now, but like for the last couple days, every time I bent, I'm like, it was like, oh my God, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. But it felt like I was being stabbed. He felt so bad. Now I get the hiccups. Son of a bitch. It's a good thing it's only you guys here because this is the worst stream ever. But um yeah, so I wound up with bruised ribs. So I'm sure I'll be fine in like a week. It should be perfectly fine again. But I'm a lot slower in healing now than I used to be. And I've come to the conclusion I do what I want. I don't give a fuck. Like I really don't care. I've been ordering whatever I want and doing whatever I want, and I just make sure that I sweep when nobody else is around. This way, if he doesn't do it, I don't give a fuck. I do it. I'm giving them no ammunition. But I literally live on tenterhooks. I'm I'm always afraid that anything I say or do or my kids say or do, somebody's gonna blow up about. And that's no way to live. You can't live like that. That constant stress, that constant fear, because I'm afraid. I am afraid. I was not afraid before. And I'm not somebody that you can intimidate easily. I don't care about me. I'll fight you to death. I don't really care. And trust me, I like me a lot more than I like you. So you're fucked. But I worry for my son. I'm afraid for my son. Katie is fine. Katie is the sweetheart of their world. And it's like, whatever. And I already told him, I told my mother, I said, when I leave, it's just me and Connor. I was like, because she loves it here. She loves you guys. She kisses your ass. You kiss her ass and whatever. I'm out of here with my son. Like, I can't. Katie's almost 30 years old. She'll be fine. Shani said, I used to hate having family. Friends can hurt you, but family, that's deep and lasting. Yes, it is. I'm not going to lie. Glad they're all out of their misery. Now I get to say who and how long someone could be bad to me. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I've always been about family. My family was always the most important thing to me. I loved how big my family was and everything. Because of these two, like none of my brothers and sisters talk to anybody. They barely talk to each other. But because they're so like all she does is bitch and moan and complain. And then he backs her up and then he gets in his feels. And it's just like, once God speaks, that's it. Like that's the law of the land. Well, no, I follow one God and you ain't it. So like I can't. Like it hurts way too much. I can feel every vein in my arms. You shouldn't be able to feel your circulation. But I'm so tense that I feel everything. Snipperoonie said, I felt that trapped feeling, but it was inside me, not from outside. I feel for you not having the support of your mother. See, that's what people are like, oh, you only get the one mother. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately. I just, right now, I'm just getting through every day. I'm literally taking this hour by hour. I'm watching all my P's and Q's and I'm trying to be as good as possible. And I don't know to what end. I don't even know if it'll pay off. I really don't. Um, Andrew said, understand why things have been a little quiet. Feral fucking yeah, I know. I know. And I know this is really like aggravating for a lot of people because if it was happening to somebody that I cared about, I would be livid on their behalf and I'd be worried. I'm going to be okay. Y'all don't need to worry. Like, yes, I hit very bad lows, but see, I have a winning. I do. And he's very, very good at toning down the emotion and bringing out the logic. And honestly, if I didn't have him Tuesday night, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't, because I was done. That's the lowest I've been since I was a kid. I couldn't. I just wanted to be gone. I just wanted it to be over. And I didn't see a way out, and I didn't see it getting better. And I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. But he gets such a bad rap sometimes from people because they like to make fun of him. And they used to make fun. They used to say, oh, he likes to white knight for you. He doesn't white knight for me. He is my white knight. He is the voice of reason when I have none. He is the control when I have none. And he never bitches or moans or says he doesn't have time. No, go ahead. I must have put him on hold 3 or 4 times that night for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time. so I can go and handle shit with them. And he's like, no, it's fine. Just mute and come back. Like, he never said, oh, God, like, I can't deal with your drama. I can't deal with this bullshit and whatever. Never. Not once. It's going to be okay. It's all right. Just talk. Just talk. Just tell me what's going on. All right. We'll figure it out. I wish every one of you to have at least one person in your life who could do that for you. I've never had that until now. And it's more priceless to me than anything in this world. And it's something I will fight for. Heidi said, no worries. It was apropos for the situation. Oh, and Andrea. Yeah, I don't care if you curse, Andrea. It's fine. I'm not over 1,000, so YouTube don't give a shit what I say. Elephant said, oh my God, I didn't know your birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Thank you, honey. I also just saw your streaming. I missed your sassiness. I'm listening at 2 times speed. Oh, good. You'll get to listen to me cry faster. Vicey said, glad your son got your back, Miss Shelley. Sounds like a good young man. Yeah, he's shaping up. He's always been a good kid. He's got a good heart. He's got a really good heart, but he's got, unfortunately, my temper and his father's temper combined, along with our stubbornness. And he's a Scorpio. So you fuck with my son, you get what you get what you pay for. And be careful, T3. Say nothing. I know. That bitch should be taping or listening for ammo. Yeah, no, she knows better than to fuck with me right now. See, that's the thing. Once I'm mad, everybody kind of steps the fuck back. It's when I'm happy. Because apparently I'm not allowed to be happy. And I'm not allowed to feel safe. And I'm lucky for them, I no longer feel safe at all. At all. I don't even have, I can't even close my goddamn door. But yeah, no, I've been plagued with nightmares about, somebody coming into my room in the middle of the night and just taking me out or whatever. And nobody should have to live with that kind of fear. Nobody. And I mean, granted, I don't think they would ever do that, but that's the level of insecurity that I'm at. And it's not insecurity like, oh, my hair doesn't look right. It's the whole, oh my God, how am I going to get through today and survive it? Like, how am I going to come out living? Andrew said that's too long for a fainting episode. Need to be checked by a doctor. Yeah, that's not going to happen because I have to ask them to take me, and it's not going to happen. Elephant said, give me a minute eating breakfast. Yeah, I know it's late. Nah, it's fine. Eat when you eat. Andrew said, late. It's 2:30 here. 2:30 what? In the afternoon or the morning? I still don't understand how Aussie time works. I know I do in the moment, but right now my head is so full of all other stuff, I can't even think. I tried crocheting the other day, and I made this really pretty blanket for the cats for outside. I made it for my cat, but bitch wouldn't sit on it because it was too stiff. Like, she didn't like the feel of it. She likes a softer blanket. So I made her another one. And then I started like playing with stitches, and I couldn't keep count. And it's real easy. It's one triple crochet, two triple crochets, 3 triple crochets, 3 chain stitches. That's the only pattern I had to follow, and I couldn't do it. I was like, fuck it. I just ripped the whole damn thing out. But like, my son he was really cute. He was we were talking about me making these basically ASMR videos for the channel, just to see if it generates any kind of audience for that. And I have a yarn spinner, and I was making videos and showing Winning, and then I was showing Connor, and they both had tons of suggestions for lighting and background and like how to do it. So that I tried to preoccupy myself with doing that, and it was nice because it was a very mindless thing to do. I didn't have to really think. Once I had it set up, I sat here talking to Winning for 4 hours, just sitting here spinning yarn for 4 hours. I kept respinning, like, I'd take that bowl of yarn and then take it off, put that on the floor, rethread it, and spin it again. And I was just because it was just such a mindless, monotonous, um, repetitious thing that it had me functioning when I knew I couldn't. So I just kept going, kept going, kept going. And it was so therapeutic. I highly recommend, like, if you have something that you could just do over and over and over and over, that's not going to harm, because I know some of you are thinking dirty thoughts, not that. But like, get yourself something like that, because it really does. It's a weird Zen kind of thing, but I really enjoyed it. Shani said, I'm happy you aren't there alone. It helps you with your mind strength when you have that backup. It really does. It really does. And that's why, like, loyalty is a very big thing for me. Y'all know that. And I haven't met a lot of super loyal people in my life. Like, I have Zuma, she's super loyal. I have Christine, she's super loyal. Um, V is loyal, but she's flighty. So, like, she has more problems than God, so I can't exactly go and complain to her. That's it though. Like, my son is super loyal, but I that was all I ever had. Like, most of my friends were very kind of flighty. They relied on me. I couldn't rely on them. And Zuma, I can rely on. Christine, I can rely on. My son, I can rely on. And I have winning. But coming to you people and talking to you and getting support from you, you have no idea how much that means to me. Like, you have no idea how many times y'all have made me step back from the edge and recenter and rethink things and be like, you know what, bitch, you're stronger than this. You know, you're trying to be an example to other people who are going through hard things. If you give in, what does that tell them? It tells them that it's okay for them to give in, and it's not. It's not okay for you to give in. I don't care if you think you're at point -5 on your strength scale, or you have no fight left in you. Somewhere there is a reserve of fight in you that you can tap into. There is a reserve of strength and resiliency that you have. You just got to find it. You got to trigger that part of you and let it overwrite everything else. Snipperoonie, yesterday I called you. I was talking about you to my daughter, and I called you Snipperdoodle. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. I don't call him Snipperdoodle. But now I keep wanting to replace Snipperoonie with Snipperdoodle in my head. So I might just call you both. I don't give a fuck. Some people need to cause drama in their life just to feel like they're in control. It isn't fun to be around that type of person. It really isn't. It really isn't. And I'm very easygoing. I know it seems like I'm, kind of boisterous or whatever, but I'm very much like, meh. Most things in my life, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm very Gen X in that way, but you don't want to find the one thing that you're going to make me give a fuck about, because it ain't going to be pretty. Like, like, I will not back down. Let's let go and let God. Yes, Andrea, absolutely. Let go and let God. This last week was a bad week for me. I'm glad that this is a new week. Yes, Ellie, I need a whole new week. Shenny said, as well, not just you, Ellie. I think last week was just fucked up. Shenny said, we missed you, honey girl. We also know you didn't just leave us hanging. We just know to keep you in prayers when you can't be with us. And I would have done a stream had I been able to, stay conscious. I literally passed out at noon. Like, I don't remember anything for like a while. It came back to me hours later, but I'm not seeing what I was doing as a movie. Y'all know I see everything in my head in movie form. Everything flows. I don't see chunks of things. And the only thing I can remember from that area of time are pictures. They're stills, which means that something malfunctioned in my brain when my pressure got too high and it kind of fizzed out. So all I see is pictures. Um, but yeah, Heidi said exactly. Andrea, passing out and fainting does not last that long. T3, you need to see an MD for all those symptoms that cause you to lose consciousness. That was all stress. That was all stress. That was the anxiety meeting the high blood pressure that they caused, meeting the rest of the stress, meeting the fight or flight. And, it's fight, flight, um, faint, fawn, and there's another one I forget. Like I said, my brain's not exactly on working on all cylinders. Um, T-Rex, you're so crazy. T-Rex, really? Oh my God. T-Rex Trucking and More with $299.99 super chat. What is wrong with it? Thank you, honey, but don't do that. We're gonna get you out sooner than you think. Screw that bitch. No one treats my bonus mom like that. Don't do that, T-Rex. Thank you, honey, but don't. You're so crazy. You're so crazy. Oh wow. That you made me cry. Oh, let me go cry. I'm gonna play you something. I'm gonna play you the long song, guys, because and it's got T-Rex in it. So, there you go. Go dance for me, T-Rex.
Go a little crazy when you dance for me, baby. That look in your eye when you dance for me, baby. I can't deny when you dance for me, baby. Dance for me, baby. Dance for me, baby. Dance, dance for me, baby. Dance, 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 dance. If I take you home tonight, would you crash with me, baby? If I take you there, would you crash with me, baby? If I drive you crazy, would you crash with me, baby? Baby, crash with me, baby. Crash, crash, crash with me, baby. Crash, crash, crash with me, baby. Crash, crash, crash with me, baby. Crash, crash.
Oh my God. T-Rex Trucking and More. You are something else. Thank you very, very much. Don't do that again. I'm gonna, I'm gonna tell you, you need to save your money and get yourself a house and start your life. But God, I love that you did that for me. Thank you so much. That was unnecessary, unexpected, and very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. But you're crazy. You're crazy. Oh my goodness. But other than dance for me, I think you deserve this one. Because who doesn't want to see that or this? Do I enjoy showing those? Yes, I do. And you know what?
I guess that makes me the devil.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. All right. Can I just not cry for like 5 minutes? Holy shit. All right. So I'm sure everybody thanked you. I'm gonna get to that, but that was crazy. Thank you, T-Rex. You're a very generous person. And now I feel bad that I didn't call you back or whatever last week, but I really, as you could see, I was going through a lot. And I really I didn't want to put it on anybody else. I really didn't. It's bad enough that I put everything on winning. That I don't know how that man has hair, let alone the gorgeous hair he's fucking got. But yeah, no, I didn't want this to fall on anybody. I got to talk to Heidi a little bit. I got to talk to Lady Awesome a little bit. I got to talk to Snipperoonie a little bit. So I was letting little things out here and there, but I didn't want to take the whole thing and put it on anybody when I was in it. Now is different because now it's reflective. Still bothers me, but it's more reflective than anything. And at least now I can say, okay, yeah, I went through it, but I got through it. I'm proud that I'm still here. You know, I know I have strength that I don't always believe I have. And I know that God is like, He's keeping an eye on me. He's putting me through some trials, let me tell you. Because, but for the most part, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I just keep telling myself that it's going to be okay. Because it hasn't, the alternative is unacceptable. And y'all know how I feel about unacceptable things. Whew, okay. Thank you again. You leave me at a loss for words. Almost as at a loss for words as I was when Winning did his reveal. And if you thought I was speechless then, Lord, should have seen me last night. Anyway, let your imagination take that one over. Shani said, "Oh, Snipperoonie, that is such an understatement. I'll address their issues and move on. Then just watch some drama it up, hurt me more, and confirm my choice." That's the thing. It's like I sit there and I can most of the time I can almost predict every word coming out of their mouths. And it's funny because I do that when like when and I are watching something. I always say the line before they say it, and he's like, I'm like, I really should write for this show. I was like, I should write for all these shows. I'm like, because I know exactly what they want. Like, I know exactly what they're going to say. But yeah, no, that I was blindsided by that shit last week. And that's when you get me. When I'm feeling comfortable and I'm thinking everything is good and then somebody suddenly switches it and does a 180, it takes me a minute to find my equilibrium again. Shani said, T-Rex, I wish I could match you. Only thing I have is a roof she can come to if needed. Oh, you're so sweet, Shani. Yeah, no, T-Rex he's a big gesture, dude. And I get that because I'm that kind of person. I don't do well with the receiving big gestures, but I'm used to doing them. And to me, they're not big. To me, they're just meh. All right, whatever. But thank you very much. You're crazy. But thank you, Shani, as well. I don't expect that kind of support. You guys are my spiritual support. You're my soul support. And I appreciate you more than you know. Uh you are a road warrior and your heart is awesome. That's for T-Rex. Yeah, where's T-Rex's thing? I kind of want to where is it? Not baby steps. I don't want that one. Where's the other one? Oh, here we go. This is a quick one.
Best of all, I don't pay property tax.
I love that song. It's so funny that Winning chose that for you because I always loved BJ and the Bear. I actually named my hamster BJ, and my mother was like, "That's not appropriate." I was like, "Why?" My father was like, "No, it's for BJ and the Bear." He was like, she likes that Greg dude, Greg Evigan." He was like, "It's fine," and she was like, "But she's gonna call." He was like, "She doesn't know it." And years later, I remembered that conversation. And I was like, "Ah, yeah, that was inappropriate, but that wasn't what I meant." Like, I didn't name him BJ because of blowjobs. I named him BJ because of the truck driver. Which, okay, those two things, maybe they don't go together either, but whatever. It is what it is. Where the hell did my lighter go? I can't. My nerves, like, my nerves are shot. I am so shaky. So shaky. And I've been like that for like days. I have just moments, like when the emotion it wells up, then I can't stop the tremors. I can hear her friggin' raspy voice from here. T-Rex, a man asked a wizard to make him something that would make him happy when he was sad and sad when he was happy. The wizard came back with the ring and inscribed on it was, "This too shall pass." Aw, okay. This too shall pass. I don't get it. Is that it would make him happy when he's sad and sad when he's happy? There's a ring. There's two shall. Oh, because yeah, when you're sad, the sadness will pass, and the happiness doesn't last forever. Okay, I get it. I get it. This is me, Shelly. Okay, Snipperoonie. Snipperoonie. T-Rex, Mama Shelly, check your Cash App. Love you, honey. Check my Cash App. What am I? Oh my God. Oh my God, T-Rex. So T-Rex sent me a Cash App for $250. He is officially the stream sponsor for April. Fuck today. He's just a stream sponsor. Can somebody throw his links out there and everything? Oh my God, $250 on the Cash App. You are crazy. That's $450. Bro. I I don't have words, T-Rex. I really don't. Don't make me cry again. I'm not crying again. Nope. I'm not crying again. No, I'll slap my face until I do not cry. Thank you very much for that. Yes, that'll go right to the nest egg so that I can get the fuck out of here at some point. But yeah, that'll definitely be saved. That will not be frivolous. But thank you very much for that. You can stop now. But thank you very, very much. I don't know what to say except thank you. And we'll definitely have a conversation about this later. About a lot of things because I know we need to catch up, just you and me, and possibly winning, but it could be just you and me too because I know he's busy, applying for jobs and doing interviews and stuff. If y'all could say prayers for him, I'd appreciate that as well because he's part of the plan. So I would rather live with him and just, even if we didn't click in that way, which I don't think that's going to be a problem, but I would rather just share life with him because he has a way of keeping me calm. I have a way of making him smile, and it's a really good combination. So yes, that's part of my plan. Whether it works out that way or not, I'm not putting all my eggs in any basket. I don't do that. But that's my goal. So we'll see. Because I think we'd make an amazing family. Vicey said, I let some people win because I know how to get back at them when it actually matters. Yes, and I'm very good at that. I don't get spiteful anymore. I don't get vindictive in the moment. My revenge is always best served frozen because you're never going to see it coming. You think everything is fine. And then I'm like, yeah, no, by the way. And that's how I tend to live my life. T-Rex said, Vice baby, we've only known each other for 3 weeks. What did I do to you to deserve a revenge plot already? Vicey said, don't worry about it. You'll get yours. You'll get yours. T-Rex Vice, baby, it's gonna hit me with some of that Asian magic. Oh my God, I'm still laughing about Risa saying that the other night. Oh my goodness, you have Asian magic? I didn't know that. Is that some special kind of voodoo? It's funny because I had to remind them that my nickname was Mitch the Voodoo Bitch. So beware. But they remember now. Uh, it's so funny that your name is Connor Vice because, like I said, my favorite person like in the world besides Winning is named Connor. That's my son, and you spell it the same, which is like oh. Vice baby, remember I could be anywhere in North America within a few days and get paid to drive there. That's a nice part of being able to get revenge on somebody. Be like, I'm coming to kick your ass, but first let me call dispatch and tell them I'm gonna go this direction. I'll get a load and get paid that way. That's hilarious. Oh, nice. We share the same name and the same. Oh, you're a Scorpio too. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? If my son turns out to be half as sweet and loyal as you are, then I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Those are some other things you could share in common. But I'm glad you found your way here. I'm glad you like it here enough to hang out and talk to us. And I hope I don't scare you off with my crying because we all go through it. The only reason I do it on here is to prove to you guys that no matter how bad it gets, it'll get better and you can still laugh. You can still laugh. I don't know. She's raising her voice for something. So my anxiety is rising, which means that this is not going to be a stream going on forever because I don't trust them. Snipperoonie said, you have no idea how important you've been to me. I can't express in words how much you've helped me. Oh, honey. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate doing snipperdoodle. No, it's not about the dog. You never had a snickerdoodle? Oh my god, a snickerdoodle is a sugar cookie that you roll in cinnamon sugar and you bake it like you roll it into a bowl, you roll it in cinnamon sugar, and then you use a glass or a press or your hand, whatever, to flatten it. And oh my god, they're so good, but they're so addictive. Like you eat the first one, you're like, it's all right. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, I really want another one of those. And then that's it. That's all she wrote. You just shovel them into your mouth. That's why I don't make them. But I've had like people request for me to make them like huge batches of them. So no, I was thinking more snickerdoodle, not doodle like a poodle doodle. Like no, not like that. I wasn't thinking you were a dog. I was thinking more like cookies because you're sweet. But I'm glad that I've helped you. That's the whole point of this. It's really the whole point of me doing this is to heal myself and to work through the issues that life throws at you and to just be an example that it's okay. You know, it's okay to have problems. It's okay to have low points as long as you work on it and you face it. Ignoring it and avoiding it and stagnating in it doesn't help. You have to. I don't care how hard it is. And take that however you want. Because I do care how hard it is, but I don't care how difficult it is to get through something. You can do it. If I could do it, as weak-willed as I often can be, like you can do it. So never give up on yourself. Always have faith in your ability to bounce back from something or to rise above it. You don't have to give in to other people's emotions and go along with their plan. If that's not who you are, that's not who you are. You don't have to be that person. You can just be you, and you're enough as you are. You are enough and you are worthy. Don't ever think that there's nobody out there who's going to care. No matter what your issues are, don't look for the people who have more issues than you. Look for people who just understand that everybody has issues and they're going to work through their shit the same way as you're going to work through yours. And instead of fixing each other, you lean on each other and make each other that much stronger. That's the thing. I don't expect wanting to catch me. I don't expect him to lift me up above it all. What I expect is when this kind of shit happens, we're shoulder to shoulder or back to back and we're leaning, but we're leaning equal. I'm going to be there for him as much as he's going to be there for me. And it's unfaltering. It's something that I can rely on. I haven't relied on another person since I was a little kid. I've only ever relied on myself. And I know at the end of anything that's happening, he's still going to be there. I rely on him. And that's why I promote his stuff as much as I do, because there's so much there other people don't get to see. And I know it's there. I know how worthy he is. And it's not me blinded by anything. It's he has habitually been there for me. He has habitually, consistently, and without any kind of thought of reciprocity, been the support for me that I never in my life got from anybody else. Unwavering. Like, that's a man to me. And I couldn't be prouder that he finds me worthy to be in his orbit. And I'm not an easy person to handle. I'm really not. I am stubborn. But he does it like it's nothing, just like breathing in and out. And I need that kind of strength in my life, the same way he needs that kind of smushy, cutesy, warm, like, oh, I did love you, like that kind of person in his life, because I don't care about anything going on. I take him exactly as he is, and I love everything that I see. I do. And yes, it's smushy and whatever, but y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Uh, and Zach with the $2 super chat. I was gonna send $300, but I didn't want you to cry. Well, I thank you for that. I thank you for that, and for your $2. You know what? Here you go, baby. I'm gonna have to play that again because I left the damn super chat up and you couldn't see her ass, and that was my favorite part. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that for not making me cry, you wackadoodle. Oh my goodness, no. Vicey said $20 super chat. Gotta go back to work, but I'll be listening. Love you, Miss Shelley. You got this. Thank you, honey. I love you too. Thank you for your $20 super chat. And I'm going to play the boobies again because I want to. Oh, and Zach said, oh, also happy birthday, old lady. Mine was the 23rd. Oh, my goodness. Yours was the 20th. You're an Aries too. That explains so much. Because us March Aries, we're built different. So I get it. I get it. But happy birthday to you too. And thank you for the $2. And thank you for the $20 super chat to my other Scorpio Connor. And here we go with the boobies. I feel like I need to play this one.
All I do is win, no matter what.
I was thinking that too when we were all arguing and everything else. I was like, just remember, you always win. You always win. You always win. Like, just hang in there. All I do is win, no matter what. And for the ladies, because I don't want you to feel left out.
Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for your super chat.
I want to please everybody. That's what I do. I please everybody. But thank you very, very much for that. I really did not do this stream for that. I did this to try to just assuage everybody, because a lot of you DM me worried because you're like, you haven't been around. You haven't, Winning's not doing his show for a whole week. Listen, do you really think he could concentrate on anything political or like put any thoughts together with the shit I was throwing at him all last week? Bro, like it was bad. It was bad. But thank you again, Connor. I appreciate that. And Zach, thank you. I appreciate that. And happy birthday to you too. T Rex said, oh, she hasn't seen the other money I sent on Cash App. I saw it now. I saw it. Angry conservative. How are you, honey? He said, you gotta love the Patriots. Yep. Well, not the Patriots because I hate that fucking team. But you gotta love Patriots. Good job, T Rex and Zach and Vicey. Yes. Yes. For all that the Libbies say that like they're the compassionate ones and we're heartless, it's amazing how much more support and love I've gotten since switching. Because y'all know that I was stuck in liberal land for like ever. I didn't even know there were other freaking opinions because that didn't exist in my town. Like Hoboken literally is so fucking leftist and liberal. Like they take it to extremes. They have the pride flag that surrounds the road all around City Hall and everything. It's just and I'm so happy to be out of there. But yeah, it's amazing the difference in maturity. And I think that has a lot to do with like I don't know, like the leftists are very developmentally retarded. Like they just are. I'm not even saying just the liberal, it's the leftists. It's like that whole it's really like an arrested development happened at some point and they were never able to evolve beyond it. And yet being around like other like-minded people who understand that what you see is not always what's the truth and that people will lie to you, they will manipulate you. They tend to be like that's this side tends to be a lot more forgiving, a lot more understanding, and a lot more thoughtful. There's not a lot of knee-jerk reactions. Like, you're still emotional and stuff like that because human, but there's not a lot of like yelling in your face and like I want to fight you and you're a piece of shit and you're this. The name calling doesn't really happen in a malicious way. We tend to be like this side tends to be more meme related, which I think is hilarious because it's like, oh, all right, you want to start shit? I'm just gonna make a joke out of you. Like that's just gonna be it. We're all just gonna sit here and laugh at your stupidity. Like that's what we're gonna do. So it's amazing that yeah, like it's so different. If you've never been around like the lefties or the libtards, you don't really know about it. But anybody who's had to deal with them like in their life, like in their family and stuff like that, you realize just how unhinged and how cold they can be and just how judgmental and refusing to ever see like the truth of anything or whatever. But yeah, it's funny, Angry, that you said that because yeah, they're my patriots and they come through for me all the time. Zach without a K, hi Heidi ho. I'm trying to catch up, guys. I'm not that far behind. I'm only 20 minutes behind. Angry said happy birthday, T3. Thank you very much. You see my kitty cats have a little cake going here. I know I'm all the way off to the corner because I want you guys to really enjoy what what Grok did to these cats. You got like the cat that looks like a rabbit, the cat with some kind of weird balloon that looks like it's coming out of its head. It's like, I don't know, it's a weird, like dick shaped balloon. Maybe that's a tail. Oh, that's a tail. So stupid. I'm so fucking retarded sometimes. Um, and then you got like the cross-eyed one, the one that looks like it got punched in the face with no ear, and one cat looks like, oh, I think I sat on like a Pop Tart or a fruit jack or what the hell were those things called? The jacks that we used to play with, not jack off, that's different. Like remember the ball with the all those little metal jacks that you would throw the jacks down, you had to bounce the ball and pick up like one jack, two jacks, three jacks, four jacks. I used to love playing the game. I was good at that game. But of course, I'd be good with balls and jacks. So, whatever. Way different note. Honeydew melon is awful. Don't ever say that. How dare you? How dare you, T Rex? Honeydew melon is amazing, but it has to be ripe. If you have honeydew melon that's not super ripe, then it's bleh. But no, if you have ripe honeydew melon, it's like literally like eating sugar. It's so sweet. You need to do a YouTube search or whatever to see how to pick out ripe fruit. See, much like boobs, like there's a little point at the end where it attaches to whatever, where it grew. What you do is you press in on that very, very softly. You don't want to puncture it. If you can make a nail indentation really easy, then it's on the riper side. And if you can't, if you have to push your nail into it, it's not ripe yet. And then take the melon, smell that one little, like I call it the belly button of the melon. Really, it's kind of like the nipple of the melon. If you can smell the sweetness, then it's ripe. And even then, wait a day. Like take it out and don't ever have it cold when you have it at first. Try to have your first slice of honeydew melon when it's like room temperature. Also, and this is an Italian thing, we take cantaloupe and honeydew melon slices and we wrap deli meat around it. Most likely prosciutto. Prosciutto is what prosciutto is what Americans call it, but it's prosciutto. And if you wrap that around, oh my God, the salty with the sweet, it's the most amazing thing. That was one of my jobs. I had to cut all the honeydews and take all the rinds off. And then I would have to wrap them in the prosciutto and put the toothpicks to like keep the prosciutto wrapped around them and make like platters of them at for the holidays because that's like a family favorite. But yeah, no, honeydew melon is amazing. I love honeydew melon. I like cantaloupe more only because cantaloupe just ripens so much faster. But honeydews, they're so good when they're ripe. Oh, I love them. I have the ability to leave women speechless, but it's usually out of anger. So this is a pleasant change. Oh, T-Rex, you don't make me speechless out of anger. I don't think you've done that more than like twice. See, because guys, there's a thing. T-Rex does not want to make me angry because he's always afraid I'm gonna do the evil laugh that Frog got, or I'm gonna tell him about himself. And he's like, no, no. Much like Vic used to say, like, I've seen your bad side. I've seen people get on your bad side. That's not a good time. I don't want to go there. Like, nope. I don't want to go there. Expert. Hope you're well, babe. Yeah, well, if you listen to the stream, yeah, not so much. But thank you for that. What'd you call Angry said, as always, thank you. Wolfram, thank you. Yes, please throw those links up when you can. I know you guys are busy. Simperoni, been there, done that. Oh, making women mad? Yeah, I'm sure. Listen, if you're a man, you're gonna make a woman mad at some point in your life. If you haven't, then you're a hermit with no internet. I'm sorry. Like, there's no we women, we get mad. We're emotional creatures, and we get mad over stupid shit. We get mad over tone. You could be in the middle of something and we'll be like, why are you talking to me like that? I don't like your tone. Like, you, even if you compliment us, if it's not the perfect tone that we have set in our heads, it ain't going to land the way you think it is. You're going to piss somebody off because she's going to be like, he doesn't really mean that. He says it, but he must be after something or whatever. We're always thinking that you guys are up to something. It's T-Rex. He's identifying finally. Yep. Zach said, spurt, right? Expert, how's it going, my friend? Hopefully you did your puzzle correctly now. Why, did he fuck up a puzzle? Vice, baby, my dude. Elifant said, 3T, I understand about feeling trapped. I've lived with family before that made me feel that way. It was not a safe living environment. You deserve to live in peace. Girl, from your lips to God's ears. Your lips to God's ears. Because The nightmares this week have been ridiculous. Been ridiculous. The only night that I got decent sleep, I took a what is it called? Atarax? I don't know. It's an allergy pill that supposedly like they gave it to me in the hospital. I have 2 left. Mind you, I was in the hospital for that like what, a year and a half ago. So I did very well with my prescriptions. Like I made my calming pills last. But that was the only thing that I was able to kind of sleep. Zach said, at the expert, don't worry, she'll notice you're here in about an hour and a half. Bafangula side of the mom that I mean, what do you want me to do? I said all it takes is scissors. Oh no. Should I tell her now that I'm getting in the shower? Okay, don't slip. And remember, soap is our friend. And I hope you remember that conversation. Elifaz said, home should be a place of peace and safety. It shouldn't feel like you have to walk on eggshells and feel like you have to censor yourself and your life in your own home. You deserve peace. Thank you for that. I firmly believe that. I don't think that you should have to worry about every move you make. And like now, every time I hear her voice, my entire chest, like, and my shoulders tense up, and I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. Um, and I just know it's panic, and I haven't had panic attacks in a while. And safety, yes, safety is very important. Snafu, certified stud muffin. How you doing, Snafu? I hope you're doing well. Hope things are going well for you. We Scorpios are based and indestructible. You sure are. You sure are. Well, Winnings is Scorpio too. His birthday's Halloween. So he is the veil between worlds. But yeah, I'm surrounded by Scorpios, and I gotta say, I love you guys for it. You do. You're a special breed. Vicey said, your son is already sweet and loyal, and you ain't scaring me away. Aw, honey, thank you. You're so cute. You're a good egg. Shenny Graham said, Snickerdoodle is the bestest cookie in the. Oh, they're so fucking addictive. It's ridiculous. Snafu said, hopeless romantics. I am a hopeless romantic, without a doubt. Oh, without a doubt. I am a hopeless romantic. More hopeless than romantic, though. I'm like 90% hopeless, 10% romantic. I'm hoping that that ratio changes. Like, I want those percentages to change. Shani said, hey there, stud muffin. Mm-hmm. Oh, you've lately gotten your certificate. Congrats. All right. Oh, because he's a certified stud muffin. Well, you got to get the stamp of approval. Everything now has to have a friggin' license. So he's licensed to be a stud muffin. There you go. Go strut that shit. You do you, Snafu. Still not a cinnamon person. You're not a cinnamon person. So, like, what's your favorite dessert? Because let me tell you, there's nothing I can't bake. I can tell you that right now. Like, I remember my ex and I were like just hanging out. We were playing some fucking Pokemon Go game. And because that used to get me out of the house walking around, because that was the excuse I had to get out. Otherwise, I would just stay home. But it was very good for getting me out and making me social, especially like when life was like really, really stressful, when I was completing my college degree and I was still working and Connor was doing Tiger Schulman all the time. I needed a reason to be out of the house that wasn't those 3 things. And he started playing the damn my son started playing the game, and then he gave up on it. But I had already given him like so much money for coins. I was like, I am not, like, I invested in this damn game. I'm playing it. And he was like, fine, just take my account, you go play it. And so I would get out, but I ran into my ex and whatever. And he had asked me to make him something, like to bake him something. Which I thought was a little like, really? But I was like, well, what? He goes, I'm dying for a good apple turnover. And I said, I don't know how to make apple turnovers. Because I didn't. I never made them. I don't make frou-frou desserts like that. I made like cookies and cakes and like tiramisu and like stuff like that. And he goes, what are you too ignorant to learn? Oh, I know how to make apple turnovers now. I've fucking perfected that shit. And I didn't give it to him. I didn't give him those apple turnovers till they were gorgeous. I threw out so many batches of those. Well, okay, let me not lie. I didn't throw them out. They went to a lot of neighbors because I had a lot of older neighbors. I was like, oh, here, I'm like experimenting with this recipe. Here, like, this is for you and this is for you. That's why my older neighbors, when I had like the old ladies and the old men, they loved me because I kept them well fed. Because I like to experiment with food. And if it doesn't taste quite right, I know my kids aren't going to eat it. I'm not keeping it in the house, but I'm not throwing it out either. So I'll wind up, I'll package it up and I'll give it to somebody. And I used to have a lot of like really, really elderly people who lived on my floor. And so I used to give them tons of treats. I knew which ones were diabetic. So I had to like, they got more of the meals than the desserts. But I always made sure everybody was taken care of. And then, as old people do, they passed away and young yuppies would move in. And that's when all the trouble started. But I lived in that apartment building for over 20 years. So I saw a lot of people come and go. But yeah, no, like what desserts do you like? I mean, so many things have cinnamon in them. Cinnamon is good for you. It is good for you. It is good for you, but I get it. I'm not big on cinnamon. Like one of my exes had this thing for Cinnabons, and like he used to make me go to the mall with him just to go to Cinnabon, and he would get this giant fucking cinnamon roll, and oh, it's so good. And I could smell how heavy the cinnamon was. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I got to be in the mood for cinnamon. I love making cinnamon apples. Connor and I, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he saw a short of somebody who made cinnamon apples in the air fryer in like 10 minutes. And he was like, I really want to try it. I was like, all right, let's do it. And we did. We sat there coring like apples, and he set it all up in the air fryer, and it was just a little pat of butter on top and then sprinkled with cinnamon. It was in there 4 minutes on 375. Oh my God, they were delicious. And he was like, this is so, whereas normally you put them in the oven, you got to wait and it takes like a half an hour and then there's the mess. No, this was put it right on the parchment paper, right in the air fryer, 4 minutes, done. And it was tender, and it was like the outside was just a little crispy, but the inside was super tender. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. But then I was in the mood because he wanted it. Yeah. He was like, let's make this. Okay. Sure. No problem. You'll find anytime my son's like, hey, Mom, I'm in the mood for, I'm like, yeah, all right, that's fine. I just go make it. Hey, I did not give you permission to show me with my shirt off. You wish you were Dolph Lundgren. Give me a break. Dolph Lundgren wishes he was Dolph Lundgren. Did y'all know that he just recently kicked cancer in the ass after like a 7-year battle with it? He did the Expendable movies while he was in treatment for cancer. I didn't know that. I was like, damn, I got like wicked respect for you now. I mean, I liked him before, but I mean, as Drago, you kind of got to hate him a little bit. And of course, that's like my second favorite Rocky movie. The first one is my favorite, but the fourth one is my second favorite. And then it's the third one, and then the second. I don't count anything after the fourth one. Like the one with like Tommy, the fighter Tommy, like no. And the one where he has the bad plastic surgery and he just, oh no. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And after that, I don't watch them. I watch them all. I won't watch them again. But I'll watch Rocky like every time it's on. If I catch it, like if I go through HBO and it shows Rocky or what, I'm like, all right, now I got to watch all 4. Because I can't just watch one. You can't. It's like watching Star Wars. You can't watch one Star Wars. You can't watch one Lord of the Rings, but Star Wars is different. Like Star Wars, if you watch one of the original trilogy, you're going to watch all 3 of those. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to watch the prequels or the Skywalker series at the end, like the whole bullshit woke whatever. But like if you watch one, you got to watch the 3 that are in that little section. However, if I have nothing to do, I will watch all 9 of them in a row. My son's like, how can you watch this movie over and over? Because it's Star Wars, okay? you can't have enough Star Wars. You just can't. We've been watching these detailed, and when I mean detail, I mean this dude that does these videos. He knows every gun that they have. He knows who made their uniforms. He knows what kind of like animal they're using for transportation. He knows the name of every single ship. I was like, this dude, I don't know if anybody has seen the last Star Wars episode when all the ships show up, when Lando gets all those ships to show up, and you see like Boba Fett's ship and you see like all these different ones. And I remember watching that and I was like, I geeked out seeing that scene. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the best. Like there were just thousands of them. And we're watching, like, Winnie and I are watching this thing about this guy going into all these details about, like, the vent on this machine, and, like, this one has autopilot, and this one goes faster, and this is what happens in a pod race. Like, he was in the weeds. We're talking 12-hour videos where he just talks about everything. And I'm like, I'm sitting there geeked out. Like, I'm just so happy because I'm just completely like, my nerd meter was like at 1,000. And I was like, dude, you were, and I even said, I said, you are so lucky that I'm one of those chicks that geeks out like this. I was like, and I don't watch like chick flicks. This is the shit that I like. I will sit there and watch you get technical about Star Wars and now Star Trek, because of course he got me into that bullshit. But that's just how I am. And I was like, all I could think, and I never said it out loud. As soon as I, like, realized what this guy's, like, obsession was, I said, "Oh my god," he probably came in his pants during that scene when all those ships showed up. He was probably like, "Freeze frame!" And he was probably sitting there going, "That's a this is this is this, this is that." He could probably name every single ship in that scene. And then I was disappointed because I was like, I want him to. Like, I wanna sit there and listen to a 6-hour stream of him naming every single ship in that shot and telling me all the details about it. And I know somebody else is out there rolling their eyes going, "Oh my god, what a fucking geek." Yep, I'm proud of it. I fly my flag high. I got the nerd flag, the geek flag, and the freak flag. Fuck it. I am who I am. Don't pigeonhole me. Wolfram said, "Too bad, Zach. It's on the internet now." There you go. There you go. That's right. You flex those pecs. I And that was purely because somebody else asked me to make that clip with that specific person. He's not exactly my cup of tea. My beefcake days are over. Like, I need somebody who has more inner strength than outer strength, because that's like I said, God gave me patience, because if he gave me strength, I'd be in jail. But yeah, no, like, if I was gonna make a super chat thank you clip to make me happy, it'd be old butts. I just I'm definitely a butt watcher. Like, I love men's butts. It's just, especially if you got like a nice little, like, tight little package, that's fine. I don't care though. Like, I just like to watch them walk. I'm like, you go first. No, I'll be behind you. It's fine. You walk first. You'll feel the heat of my gaze. Like, oh, she's looking at my butt. Sure am. Sure am. Shendy said the leftists are abusive with self-gratifying excuses. Yep, they totally believe they're doing crap to be right. Yep. But if they were right, they wouldn't do that shit. Well, that was on the show last night. That lady said about Israel and Palestine. She said they won't give in to admitting that one side, that the Israelis, like the Jewish side is right. They keep saying that poor Palestinians, whatever. They keep flipping the narrative. They keep projecting because they can't admit that they were wrong, that they backed the wrong side. So they just make shit up, and they go on feeling. And they're just like, well, these people are nuts. How are you going to go and call Jewish people Yahtzees? I don't understand that. Like, do you even, like, are you thinking about what you say? Because the absurdity of it, it's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're literally victimizing the side that, like, you're vilifying the side that was the victim, is what I'm trying to say. Because you can't accept that your narrative is wrong. Because you think if you don't say a certain thing, you're a bad person. Like your mind cannot accept the truth of the matter, because then, we're shaking, like I said, we're shaking your foundational beliefs, and you don't know what to do after that. I don't get when we got to the point where people can't admit when they're wrong. I admit I'm wrong all the time. I'm wrong a lot of the time. I'm a human being. I'm going to be wrong. And guess what? I have to fess up to being wrong. I have to be accountable for the shit that I do and say. I have to be apologetic, and I have to make up for it and then correct myself. I have to figure out, well, what is the right way of thinking? What is the right way of feeling? What is the right route to take? Because if I just keep denying, I'm going to live the old life that I had, where I just stayed in my own head and drove myself crazy. But by actually talking and like facing things, I got to see that a lot of the things I believed, even about myself, weren't true. I was letting other people manipulate me into thinking bad about myself, and I'm like, "Wait, but there's no evidence of that. There's evidence to the contrary. So why am I believing that I'm this horrible person, that I'm capable of this, I'm capable of that, and that there's no good left in me?" Because that's what they want me to believe. Because I'm easier to control when I'm guilty. Make me feel guilty, you get what you need from me, and then it's very minimal effort on your part, and now you're training me, you're conditioning me to respond in a guilty way, to where I'm always ready to jump through this hoop and that hoop and that hoop to make everybody else happy, and the person who winds up miserable at the end of the day is me. Fuck that. I am not that person anymore. Am I still a people pleaser in the way that I want other people to be happy? Yes. Am I willing to compromise what I think, what I feel, and my actions to make somebody else happy? No. Fuck that, Joyce. Like, no, it's not happening. I'm me. This is me. People love to go like behind my back and, oh, she's this, whatever. I don't lie to people. I don't manipulate people. I am brutally fucking honest. And I'm often very, very caring. I just don't like to show it, like the caring part, all the time, because I'm afraid people will take it as a weakness and try to exploit it, because they have. So it's like, all right, I only give that part to the deserving. And that's as it should be. Like, why is why is it that I was always told that you just have to give, 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 no matter what? There's a new version of that song. Even to people who don't deserve it, people who have proven they're not worthy of it, that they're not worthy of that from you, because they're not for you. They're against you, but pretend to be for you. Like, I don't like that. Like, why can't my actions be merit based on their part? Like, if you earn that respect from me, that's not going anywhere. If you earn it, it's more solid, it's more real. You should be more proud of yourself. If I say I care, it means I actually care. It's not just lip service. If I say I'm proud of you, you should be doubly proud, because I don't say I'm proud of people for bullshit. You have to earn that from me now. Like, I'm good at being comforting, but complimentary, no. If you're pulling some bullshit, I'm going to tell you you're pulling some bullshit. I'm not gonna, when they're like, "Oh, well, I did that. You could have done better." I mean, give me a break. Like, you half-assed that. I'll tell you. But if I tell you, you know what, you did a really good job. I'm so proud of you. You puff the fuck up, because I don't give that kind of praise out like candy. Like that, you have to earn that shit now. I'm a lot more skeptical than I used to be, which is a good thing. But it's also like, I watch TV and I'm like, I see all the different woke shit and nobody else does. And I'm like, ugh. Oh, it just ruined this for me. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jax, you're saying it. It is Jax. Jax, all right. Like I said, when I came to in that chair, I want to, because phrasing, when I resumed consciousness in the chair. I couldn't talk. Connor was very like, because my words, they were gibberish for the first like minute or two. So I know something happened in my brain, but it's fine now. I just can't remember. I can't remember like that 5 minutes. But again, unconscious, so I shouldn't. But yeah, I couldn't. Like I was literally just saying words just to say words, and it wasn't what I was trying to say, and it was getting me very frustrated. And then I kept crying, saying, "I'm so confused. I'm confused." But let me tell you something. That kid did not leave my sight. He literally like squatted right in front of me. Look at me, eyes on me. He was like, "Just keep your. Don't worry about the fuck everybody in this house. Look at me." I was like, "Okay." And that's how we got through that, but he was so calm. Oh my god, because you always think, what is somebody going to be like in an emergency kind of situation? Well, everybody else freaked out. He was very like, "Oh, you just get the fuck out of the kitchen, I got this." And he was like, "Just look at me." He had that very like, he had the he used the tone on me that he uses on animals that he like finds like strays. He has this very calming kind of tone to him, and that's what he was using. But I was so supremely proud of him, because I was like, you know what? No matter what quirks or ticks or idiosyncrasies he's got, he's an amazing kid. Like, as long as I know this exists within him, that he's capable of this level of care, of this level of patience, of this like conscious being, like to be there for somebody else in such a monumental way, like he was, to be so solid about it, then I think I did a good job raising him. No matter what other things like piss people, I don't care. The foundation that this kid has is solid, and that does more for me than, if anything, if I could take anything out of this whole situation, it's that. It's that I've never felt more proud of the man he's becoming than I did when he took care of me when I passed out. Night terrors are a thing. Used to have them frequently. Oh yeah, I used to get the night terrors. Connor was bad with the night terrors when he was little. Oh, they were so bad. I almost wanted to get like, the house blessed, but eventually he grew out of them. Um, Snipperoonie said, "I'm back. Hope I didn't miss too much being gone for 3 minutes." No, you didn't miss nothing, because I'm still not caught up. I'm how far behind? Oh, I'm only 15 minutes behind. Look at that. Look at me. Do, do, do. Look at me. Here I am, right where I belong. I'm in the ratio, no math. Oh, okay. 357 or spelling. Nice. Ellie said, "Snipe, you could shower, walk a dog, start a load of laundry, wash dishes, and still be ahead of her." Rawr, mean. Rawr. 357's Ellie. I mean, she's not wrong. T-Rex said, "So Expert got irritated when finishing his puzzle of the state of Tennessee. So instead of figuring out where the last few pieces went, he just cut them so they fit oh no, he did not. He cut pieces of a jigsaw puzzle? Really? See? Cheater. Why wouldn't dag nabbit, Shelly, dag nabbit, what? What I do? What I do? I didn't do nothing. Vicey said, "Ooh, lemon meringue pie is my favorite." Oh, I know how to make that. That's an easy one. Lemon meringue pie is probably one of the easiest. I think I learned to make that when I was like 7. That was my daddy's favorite. He fucking loved lemon meringue pie. So I learned to make that real early. Elephant said, "Speaking of food, I found new clean naughty soda." Naughty soda? Zevia, no coloring, and stevia. The creamy root beer tastes like root. Oh, really? I love her. I do. I like root beer. My favorite is most people would say cream soda, and I do love cream soda. Shut up, all of you with your dirty minds. I used to love Dr. Brown's black cherry soda. Oh my god, that was so good. And the Boylans. But my favorite root beer is Stewart's root beer. And that I think that's a Jersey or a East Coast thing. Because Stewart's was the kind of drive-in place that you drove your car up and they would come out and like take your order and put the tray on your window and everything else. You ate in the car. That was before Sonic was a thing. But Stewart's, that's down the shore. We had tons of them. I don't know. I don't know if they had them in Virginia Beach. But oh, they were so good. But their root beer was amazing. Um, I gotta try that though. Like, I would like to, because we used to like make root beer floats, and just I don't drink soda anymore. But I'd try that. Oh my god, these people are so loud. Also discovered Lacroix suggests an orange one and limoncello. I've had Lacroix. Yeah, that was a Farron favorite. She used to drink that all the time. I don't. I'm very particular when it comes to drinks. I just stick to my water with my flavored drops. Wait, so six pack abs are bad? I mean, they're nice and everything, but they're not a prerequisite. Listen, I don't want to hug somebody and just have nothing but muscle like in my arm. Like I want somebody I can squish a little bit. Like just a little bit or a lot. I really don't care. I think it the older I get, the less I care about the aesthetics and the more I care about the person you are. Because you could be the most gorgeous person on the planet and inside you're ugly as fuck. And I don't want that type of person in my life. I really don't. I want peace and I want love and I want somebody who's committed and not who needs to be committed. Like I want somebody who I don't have to worry every time they walk out the door, oh, they're going to go fuck somebody else. Like I don't want that. I want the I want that person who when I'm old and gray and whatever, like I mean really old and gray, not this version of old. But like when I'm like, 80, I want them to be next to me going, "Oh, God, I found your glasses, honey." Like I just want that person who's going to hold my hand through life. I don't need them to perform feats of wonder and like I don't need them to be able to bench press a Buick. Like I need them to be able to have a stalwart heart, to be consistent and somebody who's going to fight through the rest of life with me and ride out the peaceful times and laugh at at the right times and laugh during the hard times as well. I need somebody who, when I look at them, they know what I'm thinking and they're like, I get you. Like, I got it. And like, I want to have the conversation without words. And the outside of a person, that has nothing to do with any of those abilities. It just doesn't. Outsides change. They change all the time for better, for worse, whatever. Who you are inside, like that's the thing that carries on. That's the thing you can't really fundamentally change. That's what carries you through life. You're going to be that at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. Like all the makeup in the world ain't going to make you pretty on the inside if you're a fucktard. Like so I can't deal with that. I'd rather have somebody who's I mean, I'm not talking like somebody who I got to put a bag over your head and turn the fucking lights out, but I mean, there's different versions and different I don't know, different versions of beauty or different perspectives on beauty. Do I know what like beautiful looks like? Yeah, I can, but I have such a variety of things that fall under that umbrella because I find beauty in everything. If I can't find something beautiful in you, you're a pretty shit human being. Like, because I tend to look, like Christine always said, with my Pollyanna rose colored glasses and find the good in people. I look for it. And sometimes, unfortunately, I forget to look for the other stuff. But yeah, no, six pack abs are good, but they're not a prerequisite. 18 said, peace and grace, talking trash and truth. Moderators in chat. Hey, A-Team, how you doing? How you doing? 357 is running. Okay. Snippers said, how do we get to Star Wars from cinnamon cookies? Because everything ends in Star Wars. God, what's wrong with you? Lord, have you not met me? Everything reverts back to Star Wars. I found more life lessons in Star Wars than I found just in life itself. Listen, George Lucas was a lot of things, but brilliant was at the top of that list. Like he was good at teaching lessons. No, ma'am, I do not do Star Wars or Star Trek. I know, I know. I tend to put that out of my head because I love you, Ellie, and I don't want to think badly of you for not loving Star Wars. But everybody's entitled to their taste. But no, like that's always been my touchstone. You know, like Daddy and I, we bonded over Star Wars. You know, when I was like 3. That was our very first like bonding moment. And it just grew over the years until he passed away. And I'm just glad he passed away before the prequels or the sequels. Because I don't think it would have made him happy. Like he lived through the first of the original trilogy and then after that he's like, "Okay, I'm done." He always did say though, "I'm never going to live through her teenage years," and he passed away when I was 13. So I was like, "Yeah, he kept his word." He was only 34, but he was like, "I'll never make it through her teenage years." I think I wouldn't have made it through my teenage years if he was here because he would have killed everybody around me. I would have been stuck in like I would have been shackled to the radiator in the house like, "No, you're not dating ever." I remember asking him once. I think I was like 10 or 11 and we were watching a movie and this girl was going on a first date and her dad had a real hard time with it. And I was like, "What are you going to do when I start dating?" He was like, "Nothing." I was like, "You're okay with me dating?" And I remember this conversation so well. I said, "You're okay with me dating?" He was like, "Absolutely." He was like, "Date whoever you want. I just hope wherever you go, it's something I enjoy." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he was like, "Oh, you don't think you're going out me?" It was like, "No, no, no, no." It was like, uh-uh. It was like, "I don't care how old you are. Wherever you go on a date, first I have to meet him because otherwise he's not leaving the house like ever." He was like, and then whenever you go out with it, like a dude, like with that, when you go out with a guy, he was like, "Wherever you go, I'm going with you." He was like, "And even if I'm not in the car with you, I'll be in my car right behind yours." He's like, "Don't forget, I'm a fireman. I have the siren." And he was not fucking lying. Like he had that. He was ready. He was like, "Wherever she goes, like, no, I'm going with her." And my mother's like, "Oh, come on, you gotta let her grow up." He was like, "Oh no, do you understand men's minds?" Like he was like, "Nope, she's like it just better be somewhere I enjoy." I was, okay, like, and then when he passed away, I was like, "Oh man." My first date, I actually thought of my dad, and I was like, "Oh my god, Dad would have loved this movie," because we went to see Batman, and it was just like I was like, "He would have loved this movie," and it made me sad because I was laughing during like a really inappropriate to laugh part in Batman, but because I was thinking, "Oh my god, this, like if he was alive, then this dude would not be on this date with me because he never would have fucking passed. Like he never would have passed the test. Like it's just because Daddy was big. Daddy was kind of built like Connor, but taller, like 2, maybe 3 inches taller, and he was very imposing. But he didn't talk. So he just stared at you and he just real stoic and just the blank face and he would just look at you. Not hard or nothing. He would just watch you and you got so uncomfortable. And it never made me uncomfortable, but I used to see like my neighbors Joey and David, they used to get super uncomfortable in my house because they'd be like, "Your dad's looking at me." I'd be like, "But he didn't say anything, though. But he's looking at me." So the fuck what? Like, shut up. But yeah, he was super protective. My life would have been very different had he lived. T-Rex said the Creed movies in the Rocky universe were really good. They were good. They were. I saw the first 2. That was it though. I didn't see any after that. A team, thanks for the kind gesture. I am humbled. Aw, that's nice. Yeah, we like to promote other people. You guys put out his link, right, Wolfram? Because I figure that's what he's talking about. You're very welcome. Snipperoni said, "Oh, that's right. It was the secret video of a shirtless Zach that T3 saw." Yep. Oh, look at that. It's a super sticker. I can't see it. Wait. 18 cent, $1.50 super sticker. I got to go to a different, what is that? Oh, dumbbells. All right. Are you calling me a dumbbell or are you talking about working out? Because it could go either way. Let's see, let's see, let's see. What should we? Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna give you a dancing T Rex. Just so you know, A team, that is an actual person. That is T Rex Trucking and More, who is in chat. So be kind, but I'll give you a funny one. That one just makes me happy. It really does. I don't understand. I can't explain why it makes me so happy. But thank you very much for your $1.49 super sticker with the dumbbell. Working out is the way to go. I've been doing a lot more of the exercises that the therapist told me to do. So I'm trying to build the muscle back up. So I bought myself, before all this shit happened, it should come today. I bought resistance bands, newer ones, because my old ones were getting kind of cruddy, but these have like loops at the end. So I could just slip them over my feet to do the leg exercises rather than try to tie them in knots, because that's a pain in the ass. But yeah, so I'm getting better. I mean, I'm doing a lot more than I did, even 6 months ago. Does anybody else think the cat to the far right has a glass eye, looks like Columbo? Yes. Yes, that one, you're talking about the brown, not the brown, the grayish brown one with the line on the top of its head. Yeah. I was like, what did they do to these cats? Like Grok has a little bit. There's also that white one. Oh, the white one. Yeah. The white one has the lazy eye that goes. "Rrr." Yeah, I named it Andrew. No I'm kidding. I shouldn't have said that. But fuck it. Nerds be doing nerd stuff. Absolutely, man. There's nothing wrong with nerd stuff. I just look more closely and yep. Glass eye all the way. Been there, done that. Wisdom, my dear lady. Yeah. It's hard to have wisdom in a world of such stupid fucking people, because then you're like, why am I the only one who thinks this? Then you start to doubt yourself. You're like, all right, maybe I'm the one that needs to like clue in. But no, you're the one thinking correctly, and everybody else is like, nah, nah, nah. But it doesn't always work out that way. So you have to like really think about it. A lot of people, it's weird how most people don't want to examine their own thoughts because they don't want to chance being wrong. I mean, what happens when you're wrong? Did you die? Like, you were wrong. Get the fuck over it. Like, if somebody brings it up perpetually and like, oh, well, remember that time you were wrong? Tell them to go fuck themselves. Be like, wait, let me list all the times your ass was wrong. And they'll shut the fuck up real quick. I just said, oh, my dark cherry soda. I haven't had that in forever. Yes. Oh, girl, I haven't had that in years. I don't think they even make the Dr. Brown soda anymore. I love when they were like, oh, Dr. Brown's, it's, soda to make you lose weight. I was like, who is stupid enough to believe that? Like, are you kidding me? Oh, it was so good though. Just tried Zevia cream soda. Not bad. See, cream soda, I'm very particular about that because it could go very, very badly. However, have you ever had amaretto with ginger ale? Oh my god, that's a dangerous drink to make because it tastes like cream soda. You don't taste the amaretto. You think that the amaretto is like low alcohol because it doesn't burn. And as cream soda, it goes down real smooth. Oh my god, it's so good. But I got so drunk. This was years ago. I got so drunk on it because I didn't realize how much of it I was drinking or how quickly. Like I drank because we were playing cards and my friend kept making the drinks and he was like, I'm gonna make you an amaretto sour. And I was like, I don't want a sour drink. He was like, it says that, but it's not really. He goes, watch, taste it. And I was like, oh, it tastes like cream soda. All right. And I didn't realize he kept like he made a picture of it and he kept refilling my glass. And I'm drinking as I'm playing cards and whatever. And I'm winning because of course I am. And not the avatar, but the game. And I'm just like, I'm drinking and drinking and drinking, and I'm drinking it with a straw, which so it's just like no ice, and it's just and then all of a sudden I'm looking at my cards and I'm like, why can't I see anything? Oh my God. Like, because he refilled that thing like 3, 4 times and I didn't realize it. And I was just sucking it right up. And he was like, are you okay? I was like, holy hell, what'd you put in there? He was like, oh my God, I've never seen you drunk. I was like, it's time to dance. Like, that's all I want to do. When I'm drunk, all I want to do is go for walks, sing, and dance. That's it. Like that, and then at the end of that, there's got to be some kind of sex because why waste that feeling? And then the passing out part of life happens. I don't get sick when I drink. I never get a hangover. I never get any of that. I go happy, 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 happy. Need to go for a walk, be by myself. So I'm going to make you chase me through town. Get home, pass out. That's it. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, that was fun. And everybody else is like, half dead. Yeah, no, I don't do the hangovers. I got 2 hangovers in my entire life. One on Purple Passion, which was Everclear. If y'all know, that's pure grain. So that explains that one. And the other was it was after I drank an entire bottle of 7 Crown rot gut whiskey because somebody dared me to. I will never do that again. Like those were hangovers. That's the good thing about having an almost dad bod. Maybe not when I'm 24, but still. I mean, not for nothing, but squishy is better. Nobody wants to like hug somebody and just feel bone. I mean, I want to feel a bone, but not no, and even that should be fat. But like, like I don't want to just like if we're gonna hug, I don't want your bones digging into my, like my neck, my shoulders, my arms. Like I don't want to be bruised unless it's consensual. A person's character is more important to me. Absolutely. Guess what? My A1C is below 6. Yay! Good job, Ellie. Oh, I'm so happy. There's so many of you out there getting healthy now. I am so very proud of you because it's so hard to resist temptations and to stick to that kind of a regimen. And you're not dieting, you're changing your lifestyles. And that's to be commended. So very good, Ellie. Do you hear the clap? That's not fapping, that's clapping. But good for you. I'm very happy for you. You keep up the good work because your kids need you around a long, long time. So you do that, all right? And just know that we're here to spur you on and good job, girl. Good job because I know how hard that is and I know how necessary it is for your quality of life. So you keep doing what you're doing. It's paying off. Proud of you. Heidi said, "Just be careful how low it gets." Yeah, she's being monitored by a doctor, I believe. She wants it pre-level. Yeah, pre-level. Gotcha. Oh, Shelly, I've never watched Star Wars or Star Trek. I know, I know, I know, and I love you anyway. But God, I mean, I would almost rather you be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like people." That I've never seen Star Wars. I don't like. I got you. But it's fine. I love you anyway. I don't understand it, but I love you. 18 said I was being facetious because you stated that you have patience and not a lot of strength. Ah, okay, I get it. I do have a lot of strength. I just don't have like the strength that I think matches my patience. Like I used to be very strong. Now I'm not so strong because of, the whole sickness. But I used to be like strong like an ox. Like they'd be like, "How the hell she's so tiny? How'd she lift all that shit?" Because I had really good muscle strength. And I'm a very determined person. If you tell me I can't do something, I will turn around and do it twice. So like don't fuck with me. But yeah, no, now at this stage in my life, God has given me more patience than strength for a reason. For a reason, because he knows. That's why whenever he's like, "Oh, you need to do this, you need to listen, like to get close to God." I'm like, God made me. He knows me. There is nothing I can hide from God. He's in my thoughts. Like he knows every thought that goes through my retarded little brain. And I guarantee he sits there going, "Oh God, with this one." Like, like, like I know Saint Michael, like Archangel Michael's just in there going, "Girl, stop. Stop it." Like I'm tired. Can we just take today off? Just one day off. But yeah. Right? He's got great dance moves. Great dance moves. In ya, out ya, all around ya. How you doing, love bug? Oh, how you doing? So glad you're here. Hope you're feeling well. I hope you're caught up on your work. She said she took off yesterday. I was like, you're allowed to take off, girl. You work hard. I just said the cat in the back left of the cake looks almost rabbit. That's what I said. Look at it's weird. Like it's got one cat ear and then it's got a rounded kind of weird ear, but it's got like a rabbit face. And I was like, and of course I see that and I automatically think of Iron Rabbit. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, it looks like a rabbit. But that gray one next to it, to the left of it, I don't that looks like a scrapper kind of alley cat. Like it's got half a ear. Yeah, it's got a black eye. 'Cause don't it look like it got punched in the eye? I'm like, whatever. See, this is the shit Grok comes up with. I really was gonna do another one, but then Grok was like, sorry, can't do that right now. I was like, ugh. It's like, God damn it, Elon, get your shit together. Stop worrying about Tesla and work on Grok. And you said I've been working since 6:30 this morning. Oh my goodness. Well, minus running to the store for 20 minutes. I'm officially done. Fuck this shit. I love you. You'll make me laugh. And I'm going back to listen. I may wait till after the stream though. Yeah, because you're gonna be mad at the stuff you hear in the first hour. I'm gonna tell you right now, it was not pleasant. Because I went over like what my last week has been like, and I know you, and you're gonna be all, you're probably gonna cry. I'm just warning you, and you're gonna get mad, and they might just be angry tears. But it's all good. It's all good. Look at that. I'm caught up. Heidi said, straws and strong drinks, fastest way to get tipsy. Yep. I learned that lesson a long time ago. Never again. I learned that in college because that was in college, we bought the shittiest alcohol. I mean, I didn't even know there were like what top shelf was. I don't know what any of that was. I knew Smirnoff. I knew Purple Passion with the Everclear. I knew Crown Royal. And like we drank like what was it? Pabst beer and like it was just everything that was the cheapest. Whatever we could get cheap in a great volume, that's what we bought because we would pool our money. When I went to college, cigarettes were $1.10 a pack. And by Sunday, because of course we all smoked all our cigarettes together on Saturday night, by Sunday, nobody had cigarettes. So, you get up, you're all groggy because, you're all sleeping together like in this big room. There's mattresses and pillows and blankets on the floor. Everybody's just kind of passed out. And you're literally like, who's got money? Nobody's got money. Do you have change? We used to get our change together. Like, here's a nickel for me and a penny for me. I'd be like, oh, wait. Oh, okay, we got $1.10. We go to 7-Eleven. Then you'd have to walk like 3 miles to the 7-Eleven because none of us had a car. And really, and we're just all like, half still drunk, just laughing. 6 or 7 of us just walking to the 7-Eleven with the $1.10 total. Like, don't look at gum. Like, you can't you can't get gum. You can't get something to drink. Like, we need cigarettes. But yeah, we would go to the liquor store and be like, all right, we got $5. What can we get? And we would get drunk. Like, there'd be 3 or 4 of us. We would get drunk off $5. What can you buy for $5 now that'll get you drunk? I mean, really, you can't, especially for 4 people. No. And usually that included like, orange juice or something because, we'd get like schnapps and stuff like that. But because schnapps were cheap and they were high alcohol. So you didn't have to drink that much. But like now I smell schnapps and I'm like, oh my, no, get that away from me. Oh my God, no. That's a kid drink. Just like we used to buy Mad Dog. Oh, Mad Dog 2020 or 50/50, whatever the fuck it was called. I forget. I used to get the red one because it just tasted better. But we used to get like the big bottle of like Colt 45. I'm not talking about like a single, like I'm talking about like what is it, like a 20-ounce bottle or a 40-ounce bottle? Like the big friggin', like it's a whole liter. But that was like $1.50, if that. And if you knew where to go, you could get it for like $1. So it was like we knew how to drink for our money. Now we spend our money on drink because I'm like, no, I don't drink Smirnoff anymore. I don't drink the off-label brand or whatever. I like Grey Goose. I do. Grey Goose is my favorite. Grey Goose goes down like water. So I don't drink it because I can't gauge when I'm going to be drunk. I can't gauge when to stop. And that's when Shelly goes on her long walks. And you're like, where'd she go? This bitch left. God damn it. It's like, mm-mm. My friend Vicky used to be like, don't lock the door. Put the bar on the door. Put something in the way so we hear if she's going to the door. Because I'd be like, I need some air. I'm going for a walk. And I just disappear. My ex-husband found me sitting in the creek behind my house in Kansas multiple times. I would literally like walk down the sides of the ravine. And it was a very shallow creek. It was only like maybe an inch of water and lots of like big stones. So it was great to just sit and put your feet in. However, I would do that in like February and then my feet would be blue. So he'd come out looking at me, get your ass in the house. I don't want to. Look, there's animals. He's like, yes, and they're going to kill you. Get in the goddamn house. I'd be like, fine. That's why I don't drink. I haven't had like more than like, I don't know, like a half a glass. Like these people drink every day. But I haven't had anything more than like coquito in forever. But I haven't been drunk in, I'm trying to think, it's got to be 5, 6 years. Might even be longer than that. Well, let's see. The pandemic hit 2020. That was 5 years ago. So yeah, 6 or 7 years. Yeah, about 6 or 7 years. The last time I got really, really drunk was when I got my nipples pierced. You're welcome. Because it seemed like a good idea at the time. And it was fine. I mean, that's fine. They're pretty. But I woke up the next day going, yeah, did I dream that? Nope, didn't dream it. Went and did it. God damn it. Thank God it wasn't a tattoo. Like that was, because that was up in the air. G was like, we could either get the piercings or get a tattoo. I was like, no, I already have enough tattoos. Like, let's move on. She's like, let's get our tits pierced. I was like, why? Why? And she was like, it doesn't hurt. I was like, okay. And it didn't hurt. I didn't feel nothing. But Snipper said, okay, I didn't have that on my bingo card today. You are welcome. But Tito's isn't bad, but I don't do vodka. Vodka keeps me happy. I don't get angry on vodka. You literally could like get into a fight with me. I'll be like, what's your problem? Let's dance. Come on. Come dance with me. I'm just in a very good mood. you give me tequila and I'll stab a bitch. It's not good. I am not good on tequila. And I'll laugh while I stab you. So no, I stay away from tequila. I'm fine on whiskey, but I tend to just sleep really, really early and quickly on whiskey. Um, Rum, not bad, but it gives me a headache sometimes while I'm drinking it. Not the next day, but while I'm drinking, it just does something to me. But vodka is, yeah, that's the preferred drink. And I can't drink it straight. I have to mix it with something. I can do vodka shots if it's Grey Goose, but I don't like doing shots. I think it's pointless. I mean, I want to enjoy my drink. However, I do really love pina coladas. That's pina coladas and strawberry daiquiris are my favorite. But yeah, no, like she was like, "Oh, it doesn't hurt." Well, it hurt, but it didn't hurt me enough to make me blink. Like it was just like, oh, all right, I've felt worse than this. Like it wasn't even a shock. Now, my friend who shall remain nameless, that I used to call Tits McGee, went to get hers done because God forbid I do something and she doesn't do it too. So she went and she was like, "Oh, well, you did it. I could do it. And obviously, it doesn't hurt because you're." I was like, "Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, go do it." When I tell you this bitch screamed, oh my God, the screaming. You would think that they were like doing open heart surgery on her while she was awake. Like she was screaming so bad. And the poor technician that was putting the needle through, she's like, ma'am, stop yelling. I'm trying, but your nipples are like leather. I was dead. I was dead. I was like, oh my God. I had it on video. She was like, I can't believe she said that. That was so rude. I said, but accurate. I was like, it was accurate. Just imagine. I know y'all have seen movies where they're like threading thread through like the what is that, the stirrup or like saddle, like leather like that. And you hear that as it like pops through. Bro, she got one nipple done. And I was just like, you can do the other one. She was like, fuck no. She was like, one is better anyway. Sure it is. Sure it is. One is much. But anytime you go to like a doctor, if you see a needle, I want you to think of the fact that this bitch got her titty pierced and it literally popped. Like when the needle finally went through. I was worried. I was like, is that needle sharp enough? Like, I mean, what are you doing? I was like, because there are needles that they get dull on the end and you don't realize it. And I use those for like different sewing projects because I don't want to like ruin my whatever I'm making with blood from, shoving the needle in my finger, which happens a lot. Um, but just imagine like it was so bad. Your nipples are like leather. She was so because she's the type that she's un delicato all the time. Like everything about her is delicate. And then for her, she had these massive tits. And she's like, anything you can do, I can do. It's like, apparently not. She's like, yours are probably like that. I was like, no, I whipped them out right there. I was like, no, look, they're nice. They're very soft. Like, they're still pink. Yours are like fucking, they're dark. Like, girl, you have blonde hair. How do you want it with dark nipples? Oh, I gave her such shit about it. Because I mean, I laugh and say I'm translucent because I'm so damn white looking. But I'm more peaches and cream. She's white. Like she's got the blonde hair, blue eyes, that like bleached white skin. Like even in the sun, she can't even catch a sunburn. Like it's just she just refracts the light. But yeah, for when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, those are dark. It was like somebody took like a Sharpie, like a black Sharpie, and like just drew nipples on her. And they were huge. And I was just like, do they have a hoop that can contain that? I was like, because I don't think that's going to close. I could see that's friendship when you can make fun of each other. Like, she's like, "Oh, fuck you, Michelle." Anyway, I'm gonna end on that titty note because I need to go eat something. I haven't eaten since yesterday. All I had was a protein shake last night before I went to bed because I was starving. Wolfram. Did I miss like a whole bunch of? Oh no, I only missed a couple. What is it? Okay, I didn't have that on the bingo card. Inya. There you go. I love pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. Yep. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. I was so mad at the end of that song when I was like, wait a minute. So she put the ad out, he answered the ad, and they're both okay with this? Oh no, we'd be fighting. They're like, oh, we just looked at each other and laughed. Fuck you. That's not how life goes. I'd be like, I knew it. I can't believe you went looking for somebody else. And then have them answer. Can't believe you answered. Like, no, that whole song, that's such a. Anyway, Vicey, thank you for the stream, Miss Shelley. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for the love and the support, the birthday wishes. Thank you for the super chats, which I still have no words for. Nice to hear you laugh, Shelley. Listen, Snip. I will always wind up laughing at the end. I will not let anybody keep me down. That's why when I do these streams, there's that burst of emotion. Sometimes, like, I talk about stuff and I get choked up because it's a topic that I don't normally talk about. It's hard for me to talk about it. But my default setting is to laugh. That's all I really want out of life. Just love and laughter. Love, laughter, and learning. Those are my 3 L's. You know, people say live, love, laugh. No, I want to learn, love, laugh. That's how I prove to myself that I'm living. That's what keeps me going. So when I have people around me who have a good sense of humor, they have good hearts, and they have good minds, I am in my best comfort zone and I am my best self because I can appreciate that that's a rarity in this world. It is a rarity in this world to find genuine people who know how to just take it on the chin, man. Just, it's a fucking joke. Like, and that's what we do. We tend to take really horrific shit and we joke about it because if you make it as serious as it actually is, you're never going to get through it. You have to keep that balance, half serious, half joking, and you have to know when to do it. My thing is timing. I tend to do it at inappropriate times because I get nervous and then I have to like say something funny because I'm like, everybody needs to calm the fuck down. Like, I need the atmosphere to change right now. Like, so, but thank you guys for being here and thank you for everything, for always having my back. I want to promise that Thursday will be a better stream, but I don't know. I really don't. I'm hopeful though. You guys got me through a lot. You really did. And I want to thank everybody who reached out to me personally to make sure I was okay. And again, thank you for the birthday wishes. It is Tuesday. Go make some tacos. And I'm going to go make hamburgers for the kids because they wanted hamburgers today. They love hamburgers and they don't like the way anybody else makes them. But I love you guys. I am forever grateful for you. You have no idea. I will see you soon, and I will see you in the Funny Papers.
Jersey girl, I know that you're a Jersey girl inside. 4 a.m. at a diner, stop singing, living on a
And doggone it, people like me.
I'm thinking maybe you're a Jersey girl with all those highlights in your hair. No other girl can move like you. We
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.